If you ain't Sinetta, no time for that interview, dog. I put my shit out for niggas, I don't send it to blogs. Clan killer off the Buddha, not being discreet. One puff, this big pops and projectiles. Between the sheets. Sun run, cold game, bring your cleats. The best flow blow, Eskimo, penguin feet. Don't need no blunt to burn. You run the turf with 10 niggas on the block. That's a punt return. Ayo, Dolomite prototype soldier with the solar light. Saber and he hold it like he hold a mic. Golden ice spenders, sipping on that overpriced poltergeist spirits. Ripping at the open mic, quote the nice lyrics like Mama moved mean overnight. Golden motorbike holding on some Tron shit. That nice neon kit is on it. The king's libation with exotic liqueur. The queen's vibration like a Sada Shakur. A lot of decor, imported foreign threads, they ain't got it to store. Nubian Kush, black top pottery jaws, 39% THC, the quality pure. Old rappers try to spit, ain't hot as before. It's like I'm 5 like the ball, bust the shot to the floor. Cats switch up their style when they ain't got it no more, cause they gotta keep their product in stores to feed their kids. See what that weed did? The yes man agreeing on everything we said. I smell the mic like it's the love of my life. Don't get sliced and beat with the butt of the knife. Brother polite, I say I'm animalistic, cause I still be in the hood with my hand on my pistol. The Hebrews think I'm cannibalistic, E5 divination, channel the mystic, audio visionary. Let's play poetical dictionary, picture me burning down your missionary. Yeah, then I send you religion. That red dot on your head, that's Hindu tradition. Invisible, independent, intrinsic shit. I'll bring it all to an end with indivisible games. Charles Xavier, getting your brain. Mental anguish, a manifesting physical pain. Wizard remains to dance in the chemical rain. Breathe slow, then I'm up out of this physical plane. Got military machinery that exercise, weaponized greenery. Shine at a jeopardize the scenery, son. Bruh, the beam 10 times your distance, inclines convention, stop rising with no trend line resistance. The parabolic breakout, I'm F-16 with the aeronautics fake out.
What up? See, this be dogging me. My mic be low on this music. I gotta fix that. Gotta fix that. You see, we gonna show why this is one of the best channels in the world. You don't just bigger and fight. Hold on. We're going to show y'all why this is one of the best channels in the world, Sinetta TV. Especially when you got Smash right here. Why? Because we don't just bicker and fight. You could get beat up, but you're going to get that knowledge, though. And for the past 15 years, Sinetta Studios has been like the leader in bringing you the knowledge. So don't even front. Like the video. Let's have a cool learning session today. Let's not always let the bickering go further than the teaching. But we're going to get it in. Let's go.
Black people, I love you, and I love you enough to tell you, you ain't ready to revolt shit. You don't feed yourself. You don't hunt your own animals and slaughter them. You don't prepare for your own meat. You don't own your own land. You don't have a seed growing in your window. So you think about revolutionaryism, and you think about fighting and dying in the street, you ain't shit.
Killer Mike said black people ain't ready to revolt. It's a disparaging marriage and he ready to elope. Maritime coastline, deep V hull boat. Crack a nose turned up, machete to your throat. The divine snatched the arm back, she fine, she in Zinga. Moroccan mercenary got a line on Moringa. Ask Chief X to swing it. Go fund me to rock a new car or build a school like I'm Dr. Umar. Nah, go fund some more guns, banana clips and cannabis and bury it. The jackal, Anubis. I'm cool, keep them heaters and I'm in tie in an abyss. He ain't rapping due to libations, he just channeling this.
Hands down. You ain't ready to oppose nothing. You are as a part of this system as any white person gentrified.
I'm on life. Hovercraft propellers over swamp water. We make the thoughtful think they should have thought harder. Be aware of this. Don't blink, there's only one blunt between the careful and careless. It's hard to face it when you need a shrink or a therapist. Mental disorder ordered them to label you a terrorist. I breathe elements, and I found the secret. We could all walk on water if it's ground beneath it. I carry my weapon and keep my trees, and still be hotep and ask to rig Nasheed. 6 in the morning, I greet my seed, then do everything I think I need.
I have to say this because I know our spirit and our emotions get stirred. I'm not against nobody on the panel. I'm with everybody on the panel. I'm not diametrically opposed to anybody. I agree with everything my brother said about revolutionaryism. So let me ask you guys a few questions. We're in the South, we're in the heart of the South right now. Who fishes? Who knows how to fish?
Black people ready to revolt.
Let's hands down, hands down.
All right, let's get it in. All right, what's up? What's up? How y'all doing today? It's another beautiful day, and I hope your day started off well. Started off well like mine did. I wasn't rudely awakened. I got to sleep until sleep just woke itself up. Sleep got done doing this thing. But I got to tap in with the chat, though, before I start to get it in. Come on. Everybody go. Now I need people in the chat to put up something. Say something. Do something. Spam the chat. Y'all know that's how I get popping, right? I be listening to people say, don't spam the chat. And I'll be like, gee whiz, do y'all understand how algorithms work? You can look on your analytics and see how much chat activity you actually got. You know what I'm saying? I ain't made my coffee. Probably could use some lotion. If I was going outside, I'd be definitely out of pocket. If you catch these hands in the look, see, yeah, you catch me out there. Screenshot them knuckles, huh? That's how petty they be. Catch a screenshot your knuckles and be like, he needs some lotion. But shout out to my archers on the Smash Rockwell page. Shout out to everybody on the Sonetta Studios. I just like to sometimes when you expect a lot of bickering, I'm gonna quell it and bring you back and show you why this is one of the best channels. Show you what they don't do on other channels. All right. So let me tap in with the chat real quick while we get this set up. What's up? You need my music in your headphones while you cut them lines? Thank you, Tony West. I'm going to tell you 2 good places. I'm going to show you the best place to go because you can listen to any of my slap for free, bruh. Like, that's the type of artist we are, especially at this age. What I mean by especially at this age is I like to feel like a mature artist. I don't feel like old rapper or none of that ever will apply. But I'm talking about there's levels to this, and I can't be out here like the young 25-year-old rappers and stuff. That's just disrespectful to the whole everything. You feel me? So here go a link where you could get it's gonna link you to Black Egypt, my song. But if you click over to the right, you're gonna be able to find oh man, I ain't even play. Oh, I can't play Black Egypt on this channel though. Because I put that song out. You feel me? And then sometimes it'll do copyright stuff. Well, let's get it in because I was on this. And I could clear this off. First, let me see who out there. Tony West, what's up? Willie Daniels, what it do? Vincent, okay. That's what's up. Just got off work. God, arrows up. Y'all need to remember, and on Sonetta TV, now we got the Indians, the Black Indians still in the arrow. I will debate any Black Indian just over the bow and arrow. Y'all ain't did nothing with that thing. It ain't one story. It ain't one story about no Black Indians getting it in with no bows and arrows. If you got that story, cite the source. So when y'all, they just stealing the Magi arrows because we too hot like that. And the arrows go up and they just mad because we the only one with a real emoji. Arrows up. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, shout out to you, G-O-D. What's up? Who else out there? Roster Man, Tony, Titans TV in the building, Suntan, Barnyard. Matter of fact, let me get this popping. Nah, on the real though, I don't think enough people said nothing in the chat yet. So I'm gonna play another song. I really want to run downstairs and grab this coffee. And see how they be going out crazy? I told y'all. The real HOK shot, you know what it is. Now you feel your partner. We need some order in this thing. We need some order in this thing. I told y'all. See, it don't be no loyalty. It don't be no loyalty. You think, let me get on the big screen. Do you think, hold on. Y'all be thinking a lot of this fake. Hold on, I'm just over here puzzled and lost. Y'all be thinking a lot of this fake. I don't even want to say fake outrage because it's turned into a catchphrase. Y'all be falling for this. View slander, bro. It's called view slander. Y'all be falling for that view slander, clickbait slander. Then y'all be acting like it's real in 100. Shame on you. Shame, shame, shame. I need to shame. Matter of fact, this what you is right here. And let me turn the camera just to show you clowns what you is. See that right there? You a low down dirty shame. See? You are a low down dirty shame. Shame. I need that samples. I'll be doing my samples on my show with my mouth. I'm like, I have like who can beatbox? Who can do sound effects for the show with their mouth? I'm gonna be the first, but we got to be the most creative in the world. This show need a beatbox. So you can go, Don Marco, you be like Rozelle. And if you be doing it right, I need a beatbox, y'all. Then you can bust out with the beat when cats are scared to read papyri like these. You hear them with the when cats is scared to read papyri like these, hit them with the beatbox. Now, I'm just gonna keep it a buck. This is what we know by the misnomer, the Book of the Dead. The Ru Nu part M Hey Ru. Some will say a longer title. They'll add the night to it. But I'll ask anybody, see, you don't want to mess with the Magi. Show me. Hold on. Stop. We're going to get back to teaching. What happened here? I got black screen, so y'all can have black screen with me. But it's coming, I guess. Oh, this is a really long papyri. Anybody, man, I'm going to tell you, it's two people on the HOK who can show you where Ru Nu part him Hey Ru is actually written on this text. So see, I'm not into out the mouth accuracy. I ain't into, well, actually. I'm gonna say actually the least times out of anybody you ever hear. Because that's another convincing you word. Y'all know about wordsmiths and game, bro. It's gonna get hard over here. Actually, yeah, let's keep it popping. So show me where it say that at. I probably could show you where it say that at. But I don't be on it like that. But the thing is, I can identify when I find it, and I think I do know where it say that at in this text. So we can actually see. First of all, we're looking at over a 30, but I don't even want to say feet. We're going to go back. 30 meters? Let me read it. While it's scrolling on y'all screen, I could go click. This thing is so long. I'm going to try to see how long it is. It is 23.5 meters, y'all. Seriously, though. How many, what yard line do this papyrus stretch to? I need one of y'all football math people to tell me. This papyrus is, I mean, you know, it's 23 meters. So in football, what yard line is you on? How, you know what I'm saying? Is you on the 30-yard line? Is this thing that long? Is meters close to yards? I ain't even doing it right. But I just want us to see just how intense this text is. Now we at the section of what they call what? What do they call this section? And if you are so-and-so, show me where they say the most profound things here. These are the things that some of us just ain't equipped to do. So like I said, I need a few people to see a few things and understand that there's whole different levels to this. When Smash start getting it in, it ain't the same. There's no way in the world I'm repeating to you what they say in these books. You see, what I say because of what I learned might line up with a lot of things other scholars have learned, and then you can see what I say in the books. But a lot of what I say, I bring from the text. And that's a huge hurdle to hop. Let's just be real. Don't nobody else be teaching y'all from the text. See, this is what I be trying to say. And I get it in like my Hebrew brothers, see? Because Kemet don't get it in like this. See, y'all be mad that Magi is a bridge between everybody, bro. Don't get mad at one of my attributes and qualities. You're not about to find hella Hebrews hating on the Magi. You're not about to find hella Muslims hating on the Magi. That just ain't my it. I really don't accost people. I defend well. That's, people ain't gonna just feel like they got accosted by me unless I step out of pocket. But one thing we do know is true game is very few who teach y'all directly from what the ancients said. And I need you to put that in your head and store that. Every time we argue, we showing y'all what they said. So where is the most significant? I'm gonna have some fun with this. Let me do something real quick. I lost my streamer. I want to make this bigger. Then maybe share it a different way. I'm so dried up, bro. Don't even trip. I'm about to hand. I didn't mean to remove myself. I was just trying to get my dry lips off the screen for a minute. Hold on. What is it? What happened? Put it back on the thing. YouTube. Oh, I stopped sharing. Then I'm gonna go handle that. My wife will be on my head. Let me see. All right, this is what I'm trying to share. Yeah, get that boy off the string. Now, I can make it bigger if I snip it. I need about 4 waters and some damn oil, Jiffy Lube over in this joint. Let me see. Let me see. All right, so now I can snip it. So maybe I'm gonna see if y'all can see the snip when I snip it. Yeah, y'all will be able to see the snip. All right, so hold up. We just gonna do these negative confessions. We ain't even gonna do them all. We just showing you how we get it in, you know. Shout out to Kalam L who got me back on the Book of the Dead or Pert M. Hayru. My father be watching the show. He was like, "Why you say the Book of the Dead?" I said, "Pops, they know, man. This community know. If I run around just trying to be on some, this is really called Runu Pert M. Hayru, you're gonna know that the extent of my knowledge of this text ain't really what it is. That's that YouTube first elementary when you first heard about the text type of presentation. Oops, hold on, I ain't went to handle that yet. Matter of fact, we're gonna hold on though. Let me see. I'm trying to get this right so everybody can see it. Sometimes entire screen is what I need to choose. Voila. So when I choose entire screen, I can actually bring this up, which is a snip of the screen of just the section of the what we call the 42 negative confessions. Now I always like to even do this. I even always like to count them just on the string. We had 10 right here. This number 20, let's remember that. 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26. Line 26 will be the line of scrutiny for today. All right? Remember that. And I'm going to show y'all stuff. People don't show y'all like this. Why? Because they don't know this shit. Excuse my language. Okay? Here's another thing we got to stop doing on Sonetta TV. Y'all some haters. And I'm going to say it. I hope y'all can hear me. Man, stop saying certain words on the show and then acting like you messed it up. But I know you're not messed up. You really hating. And you're trying to get the channel struck, so you use certain profanities and then wait to side tell you to stop. But you already said it. That be that slick hater. Would they be like, I know he gonna tell me to watch certain profanities, but I'm gonna say the profanity before he tell me to watch it, and there I will execute the strike. I be seeing through all that stuff. Anybody keep coming on the panel acting like what words you ain't supposed to say, man, you just need to ban them. This is a real operation. Everybody else got boo-boo shows. They trying to get to what side is at. So this needs to be like a real operation. Don't be coming on the panel. You know what words you. Now, I'm not talking about our regular cussing, but then y'all be putting a G in front of a banned word, acting like the algorithms is stupid. I'll be like, what grown men is these? First of all, y'all want to talk about some content. That content will get you banned by itself. So y'all putting a G in front of an R word and acting like y'all some clever ass grown men. I be wanting to slap the shit out of dudes. See, I'm cussing. But I'm saying that's just a SHIT. That's not setting off the algorithm like a GR and all that stuff. So we all gonna slip and just accidentally just say a SHIT. That's nothing. Y'all be coming on the show intentionally saying these R words and putting a G in front of it and acting like the algorithm is stupid. I'll be like, these some of the dumbest people in the world. That's hate. Y'all be under hating. They trying to get, so that's why you should switch up the platform, stop. Stop just letting cats get on and get some light. Because they're going to say something to get your page banned. And then you're going to correct them after that, but it's too late. It already got picked up by the censors, bro, that's looking for that type of language. So, yeah, somebody said the 25-yard line. So this papyrus or this text would stretch from to the 25-yard line, bro, if you unrolled it off the stick. Man, I'm on the show. Man, I need to go get me some. Let me get some lubricants because I got a bust today. You can't be cottonmouth with all this stuff I got to say. And I'm just about to play a regular hip-hop song with some bars in it that you ain't never even heard. You heard it, but it's just like, it ain't nothing special. Just some bars. I'll be right back. We coming back. We going in on just this little section. And we're really just going to show why it's a whole nother level when we get it in. Magi Archers, I'm a Rock Squad up. I'll be right back. If you don't like that real grimy hip-hop, you might not even want to listen to this. Hold up. I'll be back. But that don't mean come back after the song ain't over. I mean, you know what I mean.
Hey, this one on me. Nah, hey, it's on me. You know me. That's how it's gonna be. I spent some money on bruh, cause I'm your homie. Loaned him a few bucks, he got lonely. Ain't seen homie around. Something told me that OG was leaking, but the police was peepish. We smoking kush, getting high in your tweeter speakers. Got stripes Adidas sneakers, not like these weak ass niggas. The heater creeping, don't need a license for me to keep it. You niggas went from EBT to EDD when all she want is BBC. Brother J pushing the beat, PTB, wood grain Wagoneer, 3 TVs, triple OG, and your boy got respect though. You ever rock that high road day? I cut your check, bro. Look at your bank statements. For my hand cocked, I just put an easement on a parcel that was landlocked. Why you out here acting rowdy, flossing? I just put a bid on some land at the county auction. And no, not that Hyro land, my own land. Arsonist, the pyro man, sparking it. Doing it with my own hands. We pull up like swatting that 5-0 band. You want a verse? It's like you throwing a talent show. With no talent, bruh, you need 5 more bands. I'm real, even though I know reality is simulated. I stimulated your minds with shit I innovated. I demonstrated my prime and still I'm in it, ain't I? You immolated my kind, you feel I'm winning, player? Well, just remember I ain't better than you. I'm just moist in the voice, sound wetter than you. You analyze my styles like competitors do. I can rewrite your bars like editors do. If we building, then bruh, I'm an edifice dude. I'll be a Mexican hood like we peddling too. Cats talking on a player like I'm telling you boo. I got guns in the closet, you got skeletons dude. 10 G's in the flamingo when the pelican flew. You a dumb nigga, I'm an intelligent dude. Now I won't be, even if you selling me food. I pop you, but I ain't in the felony mood. I'm from Oakland, want somebody tell them be cool. Gotta squeeze in these bitches like Miss Melody's shoes. Old nigga reference, I keep the gold digger stepping. You ain't getting nothing but the pole and the pimpin'. I go big so it won't go larger. That's why the RV got a turbocharger. That's why the jet ski got a turbocharger. And baby on the back spilling Merlot water. My main man copped the hotel in Panama, taking LJ shitting on niggas. Grandmama, I ran by my man by my baby mama house. He should have a plan by now. That's when my man threw back that $5 grand I tossed. I keep a bag on me, dear Santa Claus. I'm really a chief, you playing a boss. I knock your bitch walls down, now she stay in the loft. I got receipts, bro, she paying the cost. She got me these ain't Izod, they're Lacoste. Shrug my shoulders and straighten my lapels. I dust them off like, oh well, you must not know your hoe well. She get dirty like a 4-wheel ATV, and it's for sale.
Oh, hold it, mama. Oh, wait a minute. Oh, hold it, mama.
way, that's how it's gonna be. I spent some money on bruh, cause I'm your homie. Loaned him a few bucks, he got lonely. Ain't seen homie around, something told me that.
All right, damn, I was gone for so long, the song looped. Woo, I was about to say, I had to make some coffee. I needed my lightweight coffee. So where we at right now? Let me see what y'all can see. I gotta make it so y'all can see what I can see. All right, here we go. So we just skipped to the part in Heru. Oh. So we just skipped to the part in the part Heru. I didn't even know I was gone for so long. I let that song loop. But we just gonna skip to the part where. So first of all, I can ask y'all some simple questions. Where in what line on this text do they put any? See, this is how you beat anybody up. That's why sometimes y'all be so fronting. I'll be like, man, y'all better be lucky I ain't a Hebrew. Now I had a question for the fun when I was putting in my application to Manchester yesterday. Not my application, but I was doing my registration and they was asking me certain questions. And I had some fun asking y'all, what y'all think I should put when they ask me my religion? I wanted to see what type of people y'all was, and I wanted to see how y'all was gonna set me up. And people were saying, put African spirituality. Cats was like, put all this shit. Excuse me, see? But I'm like, huh? Nah. I'm helping y'all. I'm helping y'all, Robert. I'm helping Sa too. That's what I'm here for. If Sa told y'all to use that word, I never got to talk to him about this, and he probably didn't realize how true what I'm saying is. Don't say no G. Don't put no G in front of the R word and think the algorithms are stupid. Do anybody agree with that? Y'all think they got some high technology that pick up bad terms and it can't tell you put a G on the front of the R word? Y'all think y'all confusing it? Wow. You think it don't understand the context of a sentence? All this AI we got out here. So I don't like to see nobody hate on the channel. All right, so you're not banned. Now let's get my man UKA unbanned on Sonetta TV. I can't do that, but I gotta say it because you a banger. You know what I'm saying? And you represent, you respect for the channel, and somebody just blocked him. So I think that's unfair. But one of the questions we'll ask about the text, like, what are each of these? What is it all about? These are supposed to be the 42 negative confessions that you hear people say, I have not done this, I have not done that. But the reason why earlier I was giving a shout out to my Hebrews is because they don't do like the so-called Kemet people. They can show you where their stuff is at in the Hebrew text. I could bring 100,000 people on here and say, where it say that at? And they're going to start hooting and hollering, and oching. That's why the Amon-Ra squad never got down like that. So y'all didn't know how to knock down the best of them. You just had to ask these simple questions. Where it say that at? So within the 42 negative confessions, one of the most popular, at least in this subculture, is a maxim against sexual deviance. Where it say that at? Now, who can show y'all where it say that at? A few of us can, right? So let me tell you something. When the Greeks took over Kemet, there was a man named Manito. And they went up on Manito and asked him exactly what I'm asking y'all right now. They asked him about the history of Kemet, and he told them how old Kemet was. And guess what they said? Where say that at? So Manito went through over years, maybe some say 10 years, went over all the texts in all the temples and broke down the history, the mythology, and a lot of other things for the Ptolemies. He didn't have no secondary source he could go to, and that's how that really worked. So when we talk to a Christian pastor, we think that the Hebrews got them beat up because they're going to go straight to the Hebrew. When we talk to our Arabic brothers, we know the brothers who, our Islamic brothers who speak Arabic. We know the ones who speak Arabic and read the Arabic got an advantage. They're going to beat them up. So don't do that to me when we get down to the Medu Neter. Don't act like all the same rules don't apply. Because they can't even show you where it say, don't do these negative things. I can help them out. I'm going to help them out. Now watch this. I'm about to help them out. Where is it at? They still ain't going to be able to tell you. So I'm asking, like, what's the level? Like, when we on the level and we talking about this is this and this is that, I ain't the one, bro. Not to be, like, overlooked. Nope. I gets it in and I puts it on. I do all that. But let's look at this for the teaching. We can even isolate a section. And if they say something about don't do no sexually deviant acts, can they show you where it say that at? Dang, y'all better be lucky that I ain't a Hebrew. I'll be the best Hebrew. I've been told y'all that a long time ago. Huh? Anybody? Anyone? Are we gonna just sit down in the class and be quiet and watch Smash teach? This one you need Brother Reggie. This what we do. This the level they don't do. I'm talking about everybody, bro. Y'all be misappropriating stuff. Straight up. So where is that? Let's dig in. Let's get it in. This them negative confessions every Kemet gonna brag about. See how crazy this be? That's why I don't know. Maybe I'm such a threat. It's just too problematic. But you just need to know what it is. When you got hitters on the squad, that's how it go. This is only my mouse doing this, y'all. Look, I keep scrolling up on the mouse. Trust me, I will buy a new mouse because I don't even understand this nonsense. Here, so where should we start? We're going to let this do this with some crowd participation. We need some crowd participation. Oh, come on, Titans TV. You're going to mess it all up. You know you overqualified. Don't mess it up, Titans TV. None of my real sabers and my real ones, you know you a real one. Because we done banged it out together just last week. I don't even say none of that fake shit y'all be saying. Excuse my language. Anything that sounds some kind of way, y'all be saying like pause and no. Man, cut it out, bro. I'm 48. If that's where your brain went, let your brain go there. But I don't get no, I don't even understand that culture. Like, I ain't that type of cut from that. I'm gonna be talking about pause all day. What the hell I look like? But don't nobody in East Oakland say that shit. Somebody gonna look at you hella stupid. You talking about pause. But we got different cultures. But I did have that pop in my head because that's how y'all be getting it in. Y'all be misthinking shit. But anyway. So where we at here then? Where do it say all this stuff? It's only a few who could tell you, see? And you need to respect game or expect flames. See? Tell me if you from, man, hey, if you on my channel and you from the town, from Oakland, go to Sonetta TV right now. Let's get it in. Don't even watch me on my own channel. We need some people from the town, Oakland. Go pop up in the Sonetta TV chat. Let's show them how we do this for real. Let's get some East Oaklands in the building. Go to Sonetta TV, Sonetta Studios, and watch the same video. It's a whole lot of bigger platform. But now, just to be clear, a lot of these, I don't want to call them maxims. They're most popularly called negative confections. I don't even, each one of these that we'll see will be addressing something different. And you remember I counted the text to about 20, then I got to like 26. It is because one thing you'll learn is this ain't like the 10 Commandments or the Bible in the regard that I could go to another text and the line that we're trying to find will be on a different, it will be listed at a different place. Excuse me. Hey, Cash App was down yesterday. I thought y'all was hating. Cash App was down yesterday. Is Cash App back up? Because I tried to Cash App Reggie, I tried to Cash App my daughter too, and Cash App was just acting hella crazy. I'm like, what's going on? But y'all was up on that? Something happened with Cash App yesterday. It was crazy. Yeah. I got to say shout out to Robert Brown for yesterday's Cash App. I didn't even see that. His Cash App was down. So I want some participation, but yeah, I asked Kalam not to do it, so I guess I'm going to put up the link, actually. That's what I'll do. And we can see, where does it say anything about don't be a sexual deviant? And I'm just using the kinder words. The text is more explicit here. I'm reading it. I'm sorry. That's why I'm quiet. I apologize. And then now I'm trying to see, is this even in the right place, even on this text? I see what I see, but I see stuff. I want to even go back and I want to go back and look at the text again. And we can read all of this and chill, but because I think my last snip was right around here. Oh, yep. See, there it go. So now let's count again. Because the line is in a different. See, there you go. Who would have been able to tell you that but us? I'm a Rock Squad Up, Titans TV, Brother Reggie. Let's be clear. That's where then it's gonna start stopping. Okay, you're gonna have to go to certain people who would have been able to, who had the prowess to correct the error I just made. I didn't even make an error. I just snipped too short. And I was reading what it said on the screen and realized I snipped too short. But I'm going to show y'all a few things. Now, this is one of the instances in this text. And again, we often see the use of the phallus for its phonetic qualities. And we also see the use of the phallus in determinative. Well, let me show you one use of the phallus for its phonetic quality here. If I can get this dang mouse to cooperate. Right here. As well, now, just to be clear, anyone who starts just right here, they don't even know. You're supposed to start way up here, obviously, right? But that ain't what I'm doing right now because, I mean, we could just read it. Like you got, what you got? A Ned Met. But that really looks like, I mean, you know, anybody could tell you that this could be various things, but it kind of looks like a one of these actually, a Mer canal with a T under it. And then it got 3 dots. Right? It's definitely not a pet. Don't think that's a pet. But then it says parrot. And we can talk about it. I shared the link. So we got like the Lord. What I'm calling this second thing. I'm calling it Meret right now. We could go back over it. But we could go back over it with the 3 dots, and then we got this per like he's coming forth M. So he's coming from where? This place, which looks like it got 2 shoes and a 2 shoes and a T. This is what I mean. This is not reed leaf. These aren't reed leaves here. These are more like shoe feathers, right? So I said 2 shoes, and you thought I might have meant like some shoes for your feet. But I see these 2 shoes right here, as you see, and then a T and a Y. But I know there's not a place called Shooty, but we could tell it's a place. And this is where this he's coming forth from at this moment. You see what I'm saying? Now, if anybody wants to say where this place is, no, so that's very good, Tamika. I'm so glad that you was able to put Neb space T on the screen because you was right with me. But the space I was working out is that this thing looks like various options. Sometimes when I look at my right monitor, I see something different. But when I look at my forward monitor, I simply see a rectangle. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, shout out to Mika for also knowing that this 049 at the bottom indicates a town or an area. See, all of these people are coming forward from certain towns, and we can read some of these other ones. And now when we get to this one, I'll show you what we do to corroborate this or to make sure we are on point. And you should be able to do this too. Dictionary is what I'm typing, but it's going to bring up my Vigas's dictionary, right? And once you learn how to transliterate, which is not hard, you don't need to know this word. You can find it in the dictionary, meaning you're not going to know every simple location. And right now, I got 2 in my memory of the words I would say this. I would probably think shwuti or shuti or something with a ma. But let's start with a capital S, a W, and then a T and a Y. So this is how you vet what you think against, obviously, this is how you look in the dictionary to see how it's popping. I'm going to put a capital S, a W, a T, and a Y. You see, now there's a word there for that. Now, why did I put a capital S and a W? When I seen this on this, what did I see? We're looking at this. Because again, this by itself would be shoe. S-H-U. So the S-H is represented by a capital S. The U turns into a W. So if I want to find out if this is this term, what I'm looking to see is I know that I kind of know this place. I think this is, I know this ain't Buceris. It don't say Buceris, but it's kind of making me think and say something like that. But let's look, because of my memory, not because of my reading. But let's look up shooty and see what we get in the dictionary. All right, now we're going to show a few things. When using this dictionary, you want to click whole words and case sensitive. It will narrow down your search to a lot better search. Now we're going to look at some things here because we do have the term appearing, but we don't have it written the way we've seen it in the text. So that means that's not the rendering that we want. But I already kind of think I'm going to be right, but I could be wrong. See, here goes shoe. See? So this is what I'm saying, but right now they're saying part of a constellation. Now all we see is a TY behind these two shoes. Two shoes. I can't stop listening to how that sounds. Now you see a shoe is also a feather. Now if you got two shooties, they might be talking about feathers. No, they're not. Why? But they let us know they're not talking about feathers because here they put determinatives to help us determine what the word in front of it is all about. So that we know that we're only, and this M is a conjunction right here. So it's coming from or by way of, and then this term. So it's coming by way of, what is this term? That's what we're looking at. And that's a location. So it's not feathers. You're going to keep going until you arrive at one. Now notice here, plumes, like the double plume, are also called shooty. This is just information we get about things that we talk about when we don't know the ancient Egyptian terms for them. Now we got shooty. See? It's representing two sides of something. But remember, I also said we probably could have a ma'ati word. Maybe y'all didn't hear me say that, but you can hear me say it now. Because the feather of shu is also the feather of ma'at. It goes back to the Nubian ostrich feather. All right. So now we see shuti. What else is it? It's two sides of something. And if you see this, what is it two sides of? Golly, people can't do this part. It's two sides of somebody's body, or it's two sides of something living or fleshful. When you see this right here, this is not just two sides of anything. Now here we have shu u u, shu u ui. See, they just put shu. It don't just say shu. It says shu u, and then it has another u. This person wrote 3 U's, and one of the U's he wrote, wait a minute. This is like a bird. It's not a u chick. But they just say this says shoe. But you clearly see everything that we were probing, we're close to understanding it, but we haven't found the location. You notice that? We need one with the 049 determinative after it to let us know they're clearly talking about a location. 049 is what I call X marks the spot. It's the one that we see looks like an X inside of a circle. And we don't see one. So I'm going to tell you how you probe this next. And this is really useful for anybody who research Kemet. I'll just try to show the methods. And if you come up short with the dictionary, I'm going to show you the second step. Well, now we're learning a lot about this term, shuti. So believe it or not, by doing this, I often get to store other information just by searching words so much. Even though we didn't find it, we're on our path. We definitely know that. But now let's see. I said I thought it was Busiris. Let's see why. So now this is what I'm going to go do. Before I take you to a better, well-qualified source, I'm gonna use a simple source for us. And it's probably I should get my sound effects out. Let me see. Y'all know my best little source is when you start having to go. Everybody. Y'all know what that is? When you got. I just want to show y'all something with the wiki. So here's another way, but this ain't the most qualified or scholastic way, but it's gonna help because it's a quick way. Now, what I'm doing is looking through the gnome map for that particular gnome real quick. All right. And I'm not gonna have to do it the sloppy way. I can simply come over here and look at the list of gnomes. All right. Again. Which gnome was that? Oh, nope. It wasn't a gnome though. So now I'm gonna show you what I mean. I'm about to go. So since it wasn't a gnome, I can't look at this list to the side. I simply have to do a quick skim. I'm gonna do a quick skim to see if any of these gnomes are located. I know the one that I suspect is up here, and I'm already wrong because it got this jab pillar in this hand. But what we're looking for is the gnome with 2 shoe feathers. All right. And again, this ain't, like I said, this was the quick wiki way to do it. But I want people to know about these resources. What I tapped was Gnome Map Egypt. And this comes up. And all I'm looking for is the glyphs along one of these gnomes, one that starts with the two feathers. Now I'm going to show you the more probably appropriate way to do it. I'm going to click right here and go to persons and names of the Middle Kingdom. Now, see, this is Herman Rank's work. This is a scholastic work, digitized. Now, notice I'm going to click places here. See how that works? And then I can go in on my etymology. Well, oh my gosh. So I would have to do a more detailed search. The reason why is they're not letting me do it by transliteration here. You can only do people and stuff by transliteration. So then I would just have to, you know what I mean? Golly. Go all the way through and get to that to find out where that location was. But nevertheless, that's where we're at. He's arriving. He's talking about being at this particular. And I should have been reading the chat because normally somebody who could read will already say what us. So you say it's double my eye. So you saying the halls of my eye. So let's talk about that. When they put up the double my eye, sometimes you can get the halls of my eye. Let me show you. Let me show you. Watch this. If I put hall of, let's see if they got hall of my eye in here. Y'all know what I'm talking about? But see, so the reason why I'm going to accept what Kalam says, and I think that might be right, is because they're talking about a spot in the afterlife, right? I mean, I don't want to say a spot in the afterlife. They're talking about Mati being a location would be probably the halls of Ma'at. That's cool, but we got to look at these other locations that kind of really on Earth. Like we got Anu right here. This is Helionopolis or whatever. And then we got this Jed pillar with this T. You know what I'm saying? So these spots is on Earth. I just don't know where my Ati is. This would be he coming from the Hall of Ma'at. But that would be the name of that. When he say it's double my I wouldn't object to that. But look, Kalam, all these other locations besides this one, he's coming from M right here. This person coming from some like sky area or whatever. But this is just coming from the west or the east or whatever area of the west. And this is coming from the south, not the south, but you know, the fourth gnome. So maybe they're going to different stuff, but I was just looking at that. Thanks for pointing that out. Now I want to go down to get to some of the stuff we actually was looking at. The reason why I nipped the text, because notice, now right here you see this phallus and a T, a phallus and a T, what some could mistake for a chem glyph. It's hard to determine right here. And then a determinative for a man. Look over here. Before we go into these, you see, and you see negation at top. So all of these red things is giving us negation. Negation is what you should not do. You feel okay? Thank you. These negation is giving us what we should not do. Hit the link if you got time, Kalan, or anybody who build it and get it in like this. And a very good question asked by Set Imhotep Ma'akaru is, how do you distinguish that shoe from Ma'at? It looks like the same feather. Yeah, that's a very good question. And really, you can only really determine it in context, or you know what I'm saying, like I was just trying to do. Notice I was probing whether it was the shoe, and at the end of shoe, arriving at no conclusion, I would probe whether it was my eye. You see what I'm saying? And you got to look at them contextually. Since we know there is some things like the halls of my eye, I'm presuming that this is what it's going to lead to, because I've seen such locations mentioned here. But what I want to point out is the majority of all of these lines. What's this right here? This has to do with copulation. But I ain't even looking at no training wheels. I'm just reading it. Now it says nin, or do we got this red line? This is telling us don't do what's under here. Remember, this red line is negating what's happening. It's not saying don't do, because they call it a negative pact after all of your actions have been committed on earth. So they say what has not been done. Now, if you look at here, and if I put all of these words into the dictionary, it's going to allow you to figure this out. But I'm going to start with this one, because this is one concerning, and actually here's one also appears to be concerning copulation. Now, this might be fornication. This is I ain't fornicated, but y'all can tell me I'm wrong. I'm about to use the dictionary. Why do I think I see what I see? Because I'm going to read it for you. Nin. Now, allow me to look through this text to see. I think this says nin dada, nin dada s. Nin dada s. Y'all can say no. See, when I do my thing, I'm trying to show more that how we can get to the bottom of things. I ain't trying to be a master teacher. It's a difference. I'm trying to show how we all can do this. I'll put in dada, but why it ain't popping up? Yeah, it is. It popped up right there. I told you. See that dada copulate? Come on, bro. Y'all think I don't be knowing what I'm talking about. Nin dada. Don't copulate, bro. Look. See, so how did I know that said nin dada? Because I read it. But let me show you why I think I'm right. Let's go back to the text. See, we over here. See that hand? You wouldn't have knew that was a hand if you was like Commission and you thinking, oh, this is something all different. But I only know this is a hand because I know the Medu Nature. And what we're looking at is not all the way hieratic. It's in between. It's fast Medu Nature where they don't put all the detail. Now you see that D, and then you see this A. Then you see another D and another A, and then a phallus. And then you see a man down here. So this don't say don't copulate with a man. You wrong. This saying don't be no pervert, basically. But let's look at the definition. Copulate, masturbate, misbehave. See? That word that people say. See? Don't do that. They telling you right there. Did I just show y'all that? Dada. I said to say nin dada. And you can say nin dada sa, but it probably just say nin dada. So in this section, they start to talk about things pertaining to what not to do with your body. See how quick and easy I showed you that in the dictionary? I don't believe ain't nobody hit the link. Let me share it again. And I mean, I'm gonna have to take another break. I mean, you know, I just woke up and I'm tripping actually. There go the link right there. We're gonna keep on teaching and keep on preaching. Trust me, if you watch this, you're gonna learn something. So give me a second, please. I told y'all, bro. Now you see, bro, they was going out crazy, bro. Well, look, you know how we do. I'll be right back.
Yeah, and I'ma work cause I ain't going out lazy, bruh. Thought he was conscious, but the homie just played me, bruh. The house of consciousness is going out crazy, bruh. They crazy, bruh. Alright, it's getting kinda dirty in these YouTube streets. The Amira squad, God thinking you dudes weak. Islam or Judaism, where you learn what you dudes teach. The West African rapper slapping with that voodoo speech. All that sub-Saharan terror about a cuckoo feet. I'm like Norma, the agricultural farmer that grew you wheat for the storehouses. We feed the Hebrews and lead the people when we defeat the feeble. They wanna know polite rip me off, but Sonetta paid me my money though. That mean he 100. And I'ma work cause I ain't going out lazy, bruh. Thought he was conscious, but the homie just played me, bruh. The house of consciousness is going out crazy, bruh. They crazy, bruh. Nubian with the Jews, I rock the pinky. I think Jesus got to save me. A doctor save me, a Dr. Inky. I cop the copper jewels on blue and red. I'm not the chakra doctor y'all claim woke, but you in bed.
You in bed.
I'm chopping you Grandmaster J. You just talking. Punks turn the other cheek and you will walk away. Y'all gonna have to pardon my Moorish. That's to Hawker Bay. I'm on that black African power on my darkest day. That's my brother Ankh stomping them other
we gonna stop. Now y'all tell the truth. Give the Magi his love, man. When I do it, it's different, man. They gotta stop acting like that. This on that level. Man, I really got accepted into the university just from my work. Y'all can read the articles that the professor read. It was when I was fighting with a Sarnam and I brought out all that information about Nubia. That got me into the university. I need so let's go back. So again, I'm gonna get off the screen and let's go. Where was we at? So this is the first one. I didn't read this to the right. Let's read it right now. It say, don't make a man, hold on, don't make a man, and then what this say? It say, don't make, remember when you see that I? This say that too, don't make right here, don't create. See, so I'm helping y'all with the meta netter, even the best. I tried to join the Shrine of Ma'at a long time ago, even though I know they got everything going on. I be trying to help, bro. I don't be wanting to be the leader all the time. Ask Bobby Banger. I'm already a leader of something really economic, y'all. Y'all got to stop tripping. Like, sometimes you got to see his levels to this. I don't, y'all can keep blowing it off that I run Hieroglyphics, a record label that's been set up for about the last 30 years in hip hop that sold so many hundreds of thousands of albums independently. Y'all just been sleeping on that because I'm right here. You feel me? But I don't trip because people, you know, humility don't always pay. And I don't need it to. That's the difference. You know, it's just cool. So I hopped over to this line because it's the one I didn't read. Now, the only reason why I'm reading this man determinative here as a psi, see the man determinative here, see it here, see it here, see it here. You're going to learn today. See it here. That's just him making a man hella quick. It don't look like that to you because you got to train yourself. Some people think they see something like a slanted T and a little L next to it. Nah, that's not what you see. This is one thing. This is a man with his arm stretched out with a leg right there. Now, when you see the man looking like this, it's a netcher. But this ain't even a netcher. This is just a woman. So that's a man, that's a woman. Let's read. This is addressed in copulation by the name. So this is Dada. This is why I know that these two different things is different. Let me show y'all. This is the level. Dada is like, it could be done by yourself, basically. Look. Copulate, you really can't copulate by yourself, but you can do the second one by yourself. You can also misbehave, or you can put your actions upon another. You see what I mean? Unwantedly, and that is like not good. It's dada. Now look at the other words for dada. I told y'all it'd be like don't be free, don't be a freak. Look, dada as pertaining to your organs, to be lascivious, lustful, to have sex. So if we go back here, they clearly got a maxim against lust right here. Do they not? Man, I swear to God, I want to get in the debate with one of y'all dudes who be thinking y'all saying something about weed. I could tell y'all is in some corny ass states. Like y'all believe what the white man tell you with whatever state you in. Like you in Cali, everybody be in Cali laughing. Like they be on the conscious community going in on blowing. But it is all good. What's up with Kalam?
What's good, King? What's good?
Thanks for tapping in. Let's pardon me.
No, I'm just setting things up. I'm setting up my camera and stuff, and yeah, what's good?
Let's give some props and some credit to Titans TV. Been around for a minute, and it was actually my man, brother Kalam, who on the spot just put me back on my studies in the Purdom Heru. You feel me? You was like, yo, let's just look through this today, and we worked through 2 or 3 lines. Are we gonna finish doing that?
Yeah, let's go, man. Let's go.
Yeah. I'm saying hopefully we can do some more on your show too. So what I thought I was working out, I never did this first line, but what I thought I was working out here was a statement about don't be like lustful, basically.
Highlight the section that you're talking about.
Okay, yeah. Maybe I can just go like this. Right, this area. But I'm gonna take that off. So we got, I thought I had nin or the in or the shoulder, you know, the negation shoulders, and then dada with the and then I can show it in the dictionary with the phallus, and then we got the determinative of a man. And so when we come to the dictionary, we clearly find dada. It's not telling us don't escape or elude. It's probably going more to be don't be lustful, or you know what I'm saying, don't be lascivious or whatever. And so I noticed that as we continue along this portion, it starts to guide man and woman towards how to be righteous in interactions.
Let me just see if I can put it up. Cool. Because you know what, I had translated all of this before. So let me see if I can bring this up on here. Okay. Keep building. Let me just try to get out.
Yeah, it's all good. I'm actually just taking a little break. And so I was reading ahead actually. I think that will be that, and then if we go to the next one, we'll see, and we'll come back to that once you pull it up. If we step over to this next one here, as I'll try to show people where we at with the highlighter. Let me get my highlighter right. Oh, well, y'all probably can't see that yellow. Yes, you can a little bit. We're going to work with this for a minute now, and we'll show all the terms in the dictionary so people can trip. One thing you need to know that this "in" at the beginning always negates what's after it. Oh, you want to share that? Are you trying to share that right now?
Yeah. because I had translated this. This was like years ago.
Yeah, and it got the same thing I said. No ed, right?
Yeah.
Oh, but I don't want to see. I'm sorry. Seeing the next ones is I'm gonna be cheating. Like if I see your answers, you feel me? I would rather you could keep the answers in the back and then help me along when I start to like mess up or whatever.
No doubt.
But let me see if I can change the layout. Oh, I gotta reshare. So then I guess we're on the next one. I think it says nin neck. No, it says nin neck. You could call this sa, but I would leave the sa out. Nin, no, you gotta say this sa, I guess, because it got the neck determinative with the phallus. I don't think they're gonna put a neck and a phallus and a man both to say masculine. So it would be, to me, it would be nin, neck, sa, hemet. Now this looks like a ta'u bird. What bird is that you got? The ta bird?
Yeah, I thought before that was the same as the dada. Was it not going to be the same as the dada?
Oh no, because it got those two arms sticking out, and whenever it got the two arms sticking out and the feet. Oh no, this is a rickety bird. Thank you. This is the rickety bird. So this is like common people. You feel me? I'm about to show it for the people to follow us. The rickety bird is a bird that always has its arms out and it always has feet going straight. RXTY, rickety. So the rickety bird. Now you see rickety. So right here, but that ain't the rickety bird. That's another version of him. We'll be able to see it in his other version. Oh man, it ain't. Maybe I need to put a capital X. I need to put a capital X.
I think it's the T bird. It's like there's a bird.
Oh, the ta bird.
Yeah, the tau bird. Tau.
Or this is for Tati, like a visor.
Yeah.
Okay, it could be, but I want to see this one bird though. What J Mill at? He'll pull that up for me hella quick. I gotta learn how to get it up hella quick. Well, here we go. Rickety you. Let's see.
Yeah, the duckling. It's the duckling. That's what it is.
Do you have the Gardner?
Yeah, right here it is 47. What's this now? G47.
G47. So notice I'm just typing G47 here in the dictionary to get to any word that has a rendering of that glyph in it. And okay, yeah, now this is the tati. So this ta, they got it in the word for a male or a son. Ta. It also can be related to what? Being like a visor or a vizier, but I don't know how it's being used. It could just say the. Now, what's this next word? Is a M with a. So you think this word is Tim? How did you translate it on your in your original?
On my one, I had it as let's see,
T-A-M. I'm gonna look that up.
Neki Hemetcha. I believe this is it.
What did you have that last word?
Or is it?
Oh, let me see. Let me share your screen.
Neki.
It's the one right after the Dada one. Oh no, it's not, huh? Because you're reading from the top of the line. Okay.
Yeah. So let me go into it quickly. Let me read it from. Share your screen so I can know which one.
Oh yeah, there it goes. Nu nek e hemet tacha. Now look at what I got. If we go back. Now if we go here, nu nek e hemet. So you said this was to cha. What's the cha to you? This A bird right here is an M bird. Oh, well, you're right. That is an A bird. Look at the A bird right there and the A bird. Ta. So this is ta though, just ta. Let me see. What did you say to cha?
Yeah, it would be G47. It would be, like the TCH sound. The T with the underscore and then the A at the end. So cha.
Oh, so you saying that cha. Okay, you saying that the tati word starts with a capital T?
Yep.
I mean,
it's the T with the line underneath. So.
So here now, one word for ta like that is a boy. We need to keep that in mind. Now here's ta nefer with the star, ta to carve. Well, we want to see the context of this one. I would like to find a ta with the phallus behind it. You know what I'm saying?
So the way I think I've translated that one is a man, basically. That's what it means.
That's how they had that tie for the boy up there. Okay. So now what the sentence say? Now this says
not
don't
copulated.
Don't copulate with
So
a
basically,
man,
not have
woman.
I haven't copulated. I haven't copulated with a man's wife, basically.
With another man's wife, exactly.
Yeah.
So literally with wife, man, or with the wife of a man or a man's wife, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So wife is in the noun stage and this man is in the adjectival position. And they actually used this sa for some reason because they had various ways they could have, this ta or to cha for a particular reason because they had various ways they could have said a man as, you know what I'm saying, as they had indicated it with the EE, like the I, he was a man. But yeah, so right here they're telling us I ain't copulated with nobody else's wife, basically. And now not to just speed through the text, but to add an element of wise people saying this in their afterlife to get let into wherever this location is. It is because we know that obviously these is the rules that they shouldn't have broken in the real life. As you wouldn't be manifesting that I ain't did none of this. Like I ain't did that. Whenever you saying I ain't did that, you saying that like basically, you know, there was a rule and you should know that I have not broken it. I mean, that's how I take that. I'm gonna try to see if I can go highlight this next one for the people.
I think there is a scholar called Joachim Quack, actually. He makes mention of these texts actually originated in the temple literature, where an initiate would have recited these texts before coming in to be initiated, basically. That to say, I have not done certain things. I haven't slept with somebody's wife. I haven't stolen anything. I will not steal anything, etc., etc., etc. And then later on, it got integrated into the funerary text as well.
Now let's deal with this. And everyone should notice you don't gotta read the Medu Neter to see that these two statements are one glyph apart. There's one, it's just like fentanyl and hop or whatever. One molecule apart. You know what I'm saying? It just popped in my head. And the one seems to be this final A, right? Seems to be the only difference between this statement. So this is where even us, you know, we have questions to answer, and it is just our knowledge or our lack thereof that will either allow us to answer it or come up short. And so right now I'm in my own head, like I can see it say the same thing, but it don't have the final A here, as anyone should be able to see. I'm gonna highlight that. Now, if you take out that highlighted part, you'll see that these are exactly the same statements. See? And so what we want to do here is see what's different about what they're saying. He ain't saying it twice. And so that means that this A is making a difference in these two statements somehow. You know what I'm saying? And I'm trying to peek that.
Let's have a look. So we've got.
They need to make it so you can share two screens.
Yeah, they do. Arrange windows. Let's see. Can we get it in for this particular word? I'm in the Vigus to look for the TA sound, the TA word, to see what's the difference.
Now I'm wondering, did this dude who wrote this, because I don't even think I ever seen whoever, if I go to my Hepri, I don't think these two gonna repeat like this. You see what I'm saying? And this is another thing people got a trip off of per M. rules. There are the artisans or the artists, whoever wrote it. He wrote this
and
one.
Mistakes.
Yeah, you know, I don't know if he wrote the same. Look, everyone can see this. Like, and I never even heard this anomaly discussed, or you know, or some might say it's not an anomaly. but we see what we're dealing with definitely. Both sentences seem to say nin nek or nin neki hemet to cha or whatever. And so that, I mean, we already kind of know what it means. To still saying don't copulate with a man's woman or a man's wife. But it says it different, and I don't know if dude actually, this is Ani we're looking at, just for the record. If anybody want to store this data, on Ani we got these similar lines. I wish I could go count where this is. I probably could, but I don't feel like it. All right. But yeah, that's crazy right there.
Let me see. What did I have? When I translated this before, I had it as two different things, though. I did have it as not have I copulated with a married woman. And another one, not have I copulated with a man's woman. So I don't know.
Oh, okay, I got it. So
if I tried to justify or try to figure out what that was.
Well, I mean, yeah, you got, yeah. I mean, you have the duty of making some distinction between the two statements. So that wasn't, I wouldn't say that was some type of a bad attempt. You know what I'm saying? Because it says something fairly similar, but there got to be some distinction to it. I haven't checked the chat for a minute. I'd like to be interactive with the show. Let me see what y'all talking about. All right. Somebody said we here to learn, not gossip. That's what I'm talking about. Why should we talk about? Are they serious? We gonna do enough talking about polite. I just was talking about him all on my show last night, but he locked up. Y'all ain't got what y'all wanted. My golly, justice. Okay, let the justice system do its thing. So let's get back to the teaching, like our people said. I guess I'll grab this next one with a different color to keep us along track. Now, I was really just going to the maxims that pertain to certain type of sexual deviance, and as I overview this isn't one of them. This is something about time to me, but you know, I don't know. We're about to read it. What you got for this? You can make it easier because this glyph right here, well, I'll just start from the top. What I think I got ninsu. So ninsu is something about no day. This is just me. Now this is throwing me for a loop, but it's ninsu something about a day, right? And then we got rimpet, rimpetus, whatever that would be, something about the years. And then this also is about time, hor, or an hour. But what do I got? Did I just mess that all up completely? What you got for that? It's something about ninsu.
Let me just see. This is okay, so you must be reading from, I'm not too sure if we're reading from the same thing. So there is Sehuni Ashar Chetu.
All right, wait. Say that again.
Sehun.
Sekun. So that's that word after the N is a sekun.
Yeah. So
before the man determinative.
Yeah, before the man determinative. The top one is a bolt. The other one is that KH.
Okay. I said Sue because I was thinking it was a word for the day, Sue, and I thought that circle was the sun. But yeah, go ahead. That is the, so that's sec. And now are those determinatives right here? I mean, let me use a different color code. Right here, this is part of the seku word.
Yeah, that's part of it. That's the UN sound. That's
and then what you have for the I just said rimpetus. What did you say?
I have got here Sehun as har chetu.
So where you get the hor from?
The
hor is down here. Yeah, hor is down here. But what happened right here?
As.
Oh, you got A. You got this as just a regular reed leaf?
Yeah.
Yeah, I ain't mad at that. I'm looking over at any other places in the text. Yeah, as though. Let me see what's as. So what does this say in your translation? Is this horror is about time, like the hour? Something about
No,
an
it's
hour?
upon.
Upon. So you talking about, well, why? Oh, wait a minute. I know we know these terms, right? But don't I see a H? I see the X and a T. Oh, you said cat upon cat, whore cat?
Yeah.
Oh, whore cat.
The
Yeah,
whore,
okay.
yeah,
Upon
whore,
things. Upon things.
Yes.
But what upon things? What did they not do upon things?
Okay, so my translation over here is shall I share my screen? Let me share my screen.
Oh, yeah, sure.
Okay, you can share, you can share my screen.
Yeah.
So
if you could
right
click it bigger
here,
twice, that'd be cool.
There we go.
Yeah, there you go.
Okay. So not if I quarrel upon things that doesn't concern me.
Ashar Ketu. Okay, yeah, I'm with that. That's definitely what that say. Well, I'm not talking about the translation. I'm talking about the I just don't have the knowledge in my head to qualify the word sekun. I don't know that word, but it looks to say that right there. Yeah.
Let
I'm
me
gonna
actually
try to find
share
it. Yeah.
my screen again. Let me share my screen again, actually.
All right.
So let's present. Stop screen. Okay, present, share screen. I think this is my dictionary over here. So Sehun, I said, right? S-E-K-K-H-U-N. Dispute, quarrel.
All right, yeah, I need to see. Oh, yeah, that's cool. What dictionary is that?
No, that's just me. That's just my
Oh,
dictionary.
okay. So how do I pop that SX? How would I pop this into the Vigors? You feel me? XX.
Yeah.
U.
So you put
W.
in S. Ooh, okay. So I've got a few. Let me see if I can find it first.
Here's something like protect.
SKWN.
Yeah, I think we're gonna lead to it because it just was something close to it with protect. And so he put an N on this. So
you type in
dispute, quarrel.
Dispute,
Yep. You see? Oh, you're not seeing my. They're not seeing my screen. Y'all see that? So again, this is just a simple process that we're going through. It really only requires us know how to parse and transliterate these terms. Just like you see a big old word if you're reading the maybe a scholastic document or something, you might have to go look it up. As long as you got the knowledge to read the word, you're going to be able to get to some type of resolve or what have you. And so I like that. That's sound all the way on point. Now I really want to say thanks for popping in with the homework already, because it make me I want to hold off on using your homework. I would rather use it to see if I'm wrong or not. You know what I mean? So after I go through one, then that's how we've been doing. And so that's what's up. And let's try to see what we can keep doing. And I hope y'all following along. And if y'all want to interact with this process, feel free to click the link. It's all good. And so basically, what did this say then to you?
So not have I quarreled upon things, that doesn't concern me.
I ain't had no quarrel upon nothing. I ain't even quarreled about nothing. But where does that don't concern me? That's just like it's basically adding to the translation.
Adding to it, yeah.
You're just making people know what they mean. I ain't quarreled about nothing, basically.
Yeah, because we've got quarrel, and then we've got upon things, and we've got me. But I'm sure as means something like that though, concerning.
All right. Let me just grab this card real quick.
Peace, family. What's really good though, family? Everybody tuned in right now. Let me actually go into the comment section. What's good? Tamika's up in the building. What's good, family tree? Make sure you lot hit up the like button. Let everybody know right now we're live on, I believe it's Smash and where we are, Sarnetta Studios. Come on, baby, man. Show the love. Show the love. Cheers, Awesome Car. What you saying? I mind my own goddamn business. Listen, I've been rusty. I've been more rusty than most, I'm pulling back into the archives of stuff that I've translated near enough 10 years ago. So I'm putting into the archives right now.
My bad. Hold on, let me do this call. But you got control, Kalam.
I got this. Okay, so let me actually go into, let me see if I can pull up my screen so we can go into some stuff. Let's see. So let me share my screen. Give me a second, family. Presents, share screen. We'll go for a window. We'll go over here. There we go. Can you guys see that? This is straight from the British Museum. When I was translating all of this, for some reason, I started all the way over here and read it retrograde. And if I could tell you the reason why I did that, it would be wonderful. But for some reason, I started over here because I believed maybe that I knew this is Heliopolis right here, was the first of the cities within side of the ancient Egyptian gnome structure. But it could be quite possible that they were starting from Upper Egypt and moving down to Lower Egypt. So that could have been the reason why they did that.
Why they did what? Now that spot right there we talking about, isn't that right? Like Thebes or Anu with the place that they mistake for Awunu or whatever.
Owens.
Now zoom in on that, because I've been trying to tell people that's a quiver with an arrow sticking out of it. And Jay Mill pointed out to me that I could make a good argument when we look at some of these texts because it don't make no sense. And I argue and I ask, where can we find that type of a pillar in ancient Egypt? We have these other different type of pillars that you can find something that look like a jet pillar. You feel me?
Yep.
But this style of a pillar, it don't make structural sense to have something sticking up out of the main structure like that. And then the reason why these people are related to the bow is for various reasons. Now, we've actually found out that glyph is called a quiver in certain places, but the only reason why I bring it up is because it's in the area of, it represents Thebes, Ipet-Asut area, and these are some of the foundational elements of Kemet. And when funk would pop off, where did everybody go? Back to Thebes, back to the people of the bow, back down there where it was popping at, right above Taseti. And so I know that's starting another different conversation, but yeah, we can pick up from wherever you at. Now notice here, Kalam just opened up the text, went to another portion, and we still about to just get it in how we getting it in. So where are we at here? So you could go back to the top a little bit. I just want to see what they're talking about. So
we're right over here, but I don't mind going back to where you were.
No, we cool. I'm just doing this to show that, you know, this type of part. First of all, getting participation with this, I thank you for coming on the show. And anybody else out there, even if you in the element of just wanting to learn and ask questions, as long as you're willing to keep the discourse on the type of topic we on right now, feel free to hit the link and join in, yo. It's all good. We got my brother Kalam chiming in right now, and you with the Magi. And this how we really get it in. So we like I could bang, fuss, and fight, but I think this is the most useful information to disseminate to the community. I mean, for the students who want it, I can show you how to get some paper too, if that's what you want. But that's another video. So yeah.
Actually, no, I just realized I've gone back into my paperwork to see what it is. And this is actually I put it as the last one, number 42. It might
the last one? What do you mean? That spot right there?
Yeah. So you know it starts further up, longer this way, and we're reading from this way in.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. But when you read Budges and everybody else, they start from this one.
Mm-hmm.
And they're reading in retrograde.
Mm-hmm.
That's how they do it when they do the translations. But I read it from the other side and read it how we would normally read it right now. But I think the proper way to do it is retrograde for some reason.
Well, why you get the lost one out of that though?
No, not lost one. Last, LAST. Last one.
Oh, okay,
I'm saying
okay.
this is the last one. This is the
Oh,
finished
okay. I was
edition.
about to say, I was reading that, like, hold on, how you? 'Cause I see, yeah, okay, yeah, that is the last one, yeah,
Ah, that's
yeah.
that's that British accent. The last one.
Well, I that was my mistake too. So here's something though. He is coming forth from the Thieves area, right? Though, part. I mean, not part, but he got a per M. I knew. And here's something else people need to know. It's called per M Heru, but throughout the text, they per M all over the place. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yep.
like when they're talking spatially, for instance, I think per M Heru is more, I don't want to say temporally, but it's something a little bit different. Shout out to Sar M. Ka and Elijah. I just seen y'all. I don't know how long y'all was waiting. So
good, fam.
yeah, what I mean is, you can help me out. When they like right there, we know that's a physical location on the earth of that location, and a lot of those locations are physical. But then when you said that double reed leaves was not shoe, it was my eye. We are referencing the halls of my eye inside, which aren't on the earth. You see what I'm saying? So it appears that sometimes he's coming forth from a physical location on earth, and sometimes he's coming forth from a I don't know how to describe I don't want to say metaphysical, but maybe y'all can say it
Location
better.
in the duat, yeah, in the other realm, if you
But
will.
why is that though? Like these are his negative confessions, and sometimes he's coming from a place of the actual earth, and sometimes he's coming from like the duat with the confession.
Yeah, he's passed away. So
Okay, yeah, that's right. That's right. Yeah,
so we got to
that's
remember
yeah,
these
yeah.
are made for those who are already passed away. But remember the Ka and the Ba in the form of the Sahu can travel the earth at nighttime, according to the text. So that's what we're looking at. We're looking at, remember, when you pass away, they say so you could travel unhampered, so you could travel through the realms as freely as a Ba and all that other stuff. So he can travel
Yeah.
in the Duat, which is the spiritual realm, and he travels on earth, amidst earth, during the night portion or the night Barkara.
Now I'm going to pose the question that the brother Michael Smith just asked in my chat and see how you guys answer it. Because he said, Jonathan, you said that the 42 Ma'at or laws of Ma'at was a response to something, but you never clearly identified and exposed the something. Can you tell us who you say the something is? Not who, but normally like a what in my answer, that it was basically like, all right, you know how commandments is supposed to be like the rules as you are incarnate or as you actually traverse the earth. And then there's no, well, I guess it would happen at the pearly gates where you would stand before this Yahweh and also be judged, right? By what you have or had not done. Well, I'm saying in the ancient Egyptian identity, that something I was referring to was an unfound set or series of laws that must have existed while the man was incarnate for him to be able to make negative confessions once he exited the physical reality. You see what I'm saying?
Correct.
So if you're going to stand before the deity and say a list of 42 things that you had not done, you did not just learn those 42 things once you became deceased. You must have been living by that set of rules or circumstances while you were alive. That's all. That's what the something was. But I referenced it as something because we had not found that text yet. We don't got no text that say these are the rules of daily life in Kemet. We only got the ones that show you how you get admitted into the afterlife, which would indicate what's with the daily life of Kemet.
Let me kind of back you on this, right? So when you go to Ptah and even in the book of Coming Forth by Day, for those who have read it, they say things at the end of the text that say a verse that's true for those in the hereafter, and it also is a verse for those who still live, and it works a million times over. So these hymns are not just for those who pass. there to be done while you're on earth, so that when you pass, you can say you're ma'akeru. You can't be true of voice or ma'akeru if you haven't done these things on earth. So several of the texts in the book of Coming Forth by Day, it tells you, you know, these things are a million times true. I believe is the statement they say. These are a million times true for a man who still lives and for a man who has passed in the I'm trying to think of the exact phrases, but they say that often. So if you're not doing these things while you lived, it's not going to come true for you in your afterlife or when you pass to the spiritual realm. In fact, if you don't do certain things, you're supposed to be, after weighed, found wanting in the balance. Once you're found wanting in the balance, Amit eats that soul up, don't she? So you know what it is.
Hopefully,
So,
either here or on Kalam Show, we'll be able to get to that part, because I think you said the next thing you wanted to do when we was building was the judgment scene, Kalam,
yep.
right? So that's why I just was like, well, let me tackle. I mean, this text is 32 meters long, so I was like, let me just go in on something else, and there's enough for us to cover. But what? Go ahead.
I'm gonna grab the book of Coming Forth by Day. I'm gonna grab one of those texts real quick so we can give an example.
Word up. And then if we can skip over to the portion where they start talking about this particular deviance, that I want people to actually see it. I think it's about line 28, 27. Kalam, if you know, we still see your screen.
Yeah. Okay. So what you want me to do, sorry?
We could get straight to the one, I think line 27, where they make they say don't do certain type of things.
Okay. Which one is it that you want to get?
You know, the one, don't do these certain type of acts. Well, we can see it because it had if you zoom in, I can identify. I think it's to the left of the ones that was talking about a wife. It's to the left of those.
Okay. So this one?
Now it's to the left of that one, but we can read that one too, because that one was perplexing me. Now, this is why people should not be confused. Let's go in on that one real quick. If you can zoom it in for people. They also see two phalli there, but they will mess this one up. If you ask me, the phalli here indicate different things because they have a T behind them. So it clearly spells the word met. Met is something about death. They're not really talking, to me, they're not talking about nothing sexual here, but a person could get confused. And here's the difference. Go back to, if you go over to the phalli that are talking about sex, you notice they seem to have, I don't know how to be sensitive with my words, but they seem to have excretion. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, excretion.
Secretions or emissions.
Exactly. And so if you look at the ones that aren't referencing that, they don't have that excretion. And so that gives me an indication that that word is met, or it might be one word met repeated. Because I know met to mean something about death, or now just say something like, I ain't killed the man. To me, it say that. But it could not be true. I could be wrong. What would you have in your translation, or anybody else?
So basically, because I've done this before and I know it, right? It's the key to all of this right here is the determinative right here, which is, I think that's like a bull's ear. It's an ear, basically. Like when you say sajem, is it?
To hear, yeah.
When you listen, here. So that is it right there. So for me, I had this translated before as gossip. I have not gossiped.
I have not gossiped. Okay, where's the word? What is the word you got? Met or what?
Yeah, met. It's met. So I'm going to go into my Vigus right now to show you it. Give me a sec. Share screen. Windows. Here we go. Let's go. Okay, cool. We're here. Let's get into the Vigus.
Met. You sharing it?
Yeah. So right here, it's got it as discussion.
So first I seen one met. Look up one met and let's see what it says. But you got it right. You got met with the ear. But I'm trying to show people they can learn while we teaching. So just put met without the second met. And then you got to go to whole words.
Go to 599.
You got to go to whole words in case.
Whole words, yeah.
Yeah, and then it'll eliminate all those other ones. If you can click the 3 dots on the search thing. You see those 3 dots? Yeah, right there. Oh well, it was 3 dots to the left of what you actually clicked.
It's just that it's not showing the other. I've got another screen with the search in it.
Oh, there it go, right there. Anyway, we don't have to go too much further. So people can see that rendering of met means to die or to perish. But what we'll see if we kept on going, you can spell that met with 1 phallus and a T, as we'll learn. And so now we'll learn some of the wordplay of ancient Kemet, because in one instance it means to live or to procreate, to bring forth life. And you can find the same term met with the phallus meaning to die or to perish, which is crazy, right? If you zoom through them, we might pop to one of the mets real quick that got the phallus.
Let's see.
There it go, right there. I mean, they're giving us strength now, but we could find one that we go, but you can clearly see that you could use the phallus to indicate the M or the MT sound. You see what I'm saying? I know you guys know that, but we're showing people stuff that they probably couldn't get in other instances.
Right.
But go ahead.
No, I was just saying, right?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Let's get back into it.
So what did that last one say? Don't gossip, huh? So he said he ain't gossiped, basically.
Mm-hmm.
All right, let's go back. So are you gonna share your screen again?
Yeah. So we've just done this one. Where else did you want to go?
We was trying to find the ultimate one, so we ain't got to do the whole thing. I think it's like, let me see, from what 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's six columns over from where we was just translating. If you go 6 columns to the left,
to
the left. To the left. My bad.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Isn't that the term of scrutiny? Now it looks like it to me. So what I'm talking about here, for anyone, we tell people that in ancient Egypt, no, they said you couldn't do certain things as concerning sexual deviance. And here it seems that scholars have equated this maxim to exactly that. That this was like, look, you can't do this here. So what we'll do is use the dictionary. We don't even need to superimpose our translation over it. We'll use the dictionary to show what it appears to say and let the people see what it say. And so let's get that in. You feel me? So I'm just gonna try to read it. Anyone can read it. It says nin neck. It really looked like it says nin necky neck. Wait. It says nin necky in neck. Now it looks like it says in neck in neck, but somebody can tell me is that wrong. What that say to y'all?
I say that. That's how we translated it last time.
Mm-hmm. What'd you say, Cologne?
Yep. So we've got neck E here.
So that line under the man is another N on top of. It's 2 N's right there, huh?
So, yeah, because it's saying no.
So you think that's another negation?
Yeah. Because
which one? Where? If I'm reading, let me make it clear. So we got the negation here, and then we've got
copulate
this here, and then we've got we've got the suffix. We've got the suffix here, right?
Yep. Suffix are a man for the people who don't know what. Are you saying I?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, it could be a man or an I. Yep. And then
right now the N is no.
So now here's the question: is the second N a conjunction or negation? Now I'm gonna say something. Normally, when this negation is written with the shoulders, I don't know, shoulders is what I call them, like at the top.
Right.
When it just has the prepositional N, sometimes it is the water ripple, as it appears we're seeing. But y'all can object to that. I wish Chris Rillers was here.
I believe it says Nini, as opposed to, because then you've got the phallus and the met again right underneath.
But then if it said Nini, the word met wouldn't be spelled out again. Like the word he has highlighted right there is clearly neck. not mech. It's neck because it got a phallus under it. It means to copulate. So now we got two men determinatives. The first one was used as a suffix, as he's saying, like I. Then it said not to if that end is negation, copulated, and then it got another man determinative. Now anyone can look at that and we can blow that up and let's go into the dictionary for him.
So he's saying I haven't had sex with a man. And then as we go up, like if we look at the first Nini, which is in red for the people, and then we look at right underneath it with the N, the phalluses, and then the man, we've got that. Above or underneath the man, I believe that's Nini, and then you still got those two right underneath it, and the man, which would show negation.
Nah, because look. If that was Nini, you would have a K that's just by itself.
Okay.
Highlight that K, if you will.
Right under the water ripple. Yeah.
Yeah. So if that was Nini, the K would just be on top of that phallus. And nothing about a K after Nini on the phallus goes. To me, it goes in necky, in neck. But what do you have in your translation, Kalan?
So I've got it as this, yeah. So obviously the negation, we've got the neck right here. So that plus this. So come on, work with me. There you go. So there is one thing. So that's necky, and then that there is just another N, and then that here again is necky again.
Mm-hmm. You know why? Because that other N would probably be with, huh?
Now they can see. Yeah. Now here's something I want y'all to notice, and we're gonna come across this in a survey like this. Repeat necks is repeat copulation again. Mm-hmm. Now neck is also debauchery, all right? But so sodomize, neck. You see? Now right here, they got the words right here in conjunction. They got neck, then it got neck.
Yeah.
And they say, look, and this is now the maxim we got is negating this.
Yep.
This person saying, let me into the duat, because look at all the things I ain't never did.
On Goose Boys.
I've never copulated with a copulating man, or I've never copulated with a man copulating.
Man. You feel me? Because I know we use our language right. I ain't getting flagged over here. We know how to talk. Yeah, you know. So man, I want to see what the crowd say about that. Is there any other definitions that y'all need to see in the dictionary to see that it say that? Like we just let me go back. Because they might think we cheating. How you gonna read some symbols? Well, you see, you got this N water ripple, right? And this K. Now, what we don't know is when you go into the hieratic, let's look, the K is gonna change a little bit. We ain't all the way into the hieratic, but we're gonna start learning. That is a hieratic K, it just ain't tilted. So now people can see, okay, it say neck right there, and it still got the phallus on it. And the dictionary say that means to copulate, to sleep with. But then we got a man determinative, and then another neck, and then another man. So I ain't copulated with no copulator, man. I ain't been out here ancient, man.
I ain't kicking it with no boys like that. Y'all know what it is. And I found the other spell too. Let me I'll just show it real quick. This is spell 68, M68. Make sure I get the book right here. So in the red portion, it's going to tell us it's going to tell us, as for whoever knows this book, he shall go into the day, he shall walk on earth among the living, and he shall never suffer destruction, a matter a million times true. So it's basically telling you that, and that's not the only one. Like there's several other ones that talk about walking forth among the living before you pass away, doing these things in this book before you pass away, in order to have a good hereafter.
We at the point where I want to answer some questions from the audience.
Absolutely. You can go to 72 too. As for him who knows this book on earth, or it is put in writing on the coffin, either or, it is my word that he shall go out into the day in any shape that he desires, and shall go into the place without being turned back. And there shall be given to him bread and beer and portion of meat from upon the altar of Asar, etc., etc., etc. So you'll find texts like that all through the book of Coming Forth by Day. To answer the brother's question from earlier, who's this being done for? Go to chapter 9, and it tells you we're doing it so that we can sit amongst the Sar and not have any issues. Because amongst the Sar, he don't want no weirdos around him. And that's what it say in the book.
Yep.
Chapter 9.
I mean, Smash, you don't have everybody on the screen right now. It's just the hieroglyphs.
Oh, okay. Hold on. So people can't hear us?
Yeah, they can hear us.
They can hear us.
Okay. My bad. Yeah. And somebody not here? Oh, yeah. This is crazy. 1, 2, 3. Oh, okay. Yeah. It's only 4 of us.
Yeah. May I speak?
Peace.
Yeah. I first wanted to give all praise to the Creator Yahs and Hallelujah, and peace and shalom to everyone. You know, the Black people, aka the Israelites. I want to thank you. Yeah, I wanted to thank you. Yeah, shout out to all the Black people. I wanted to shout.
Hey, hold on, dog. I'm breaking the rule. We know it's our MCOD. Look, I'm about to cam up. Can you cam up real quick, if you don't mind? No, not you. I said we know you is our MCOD. You know, everybody know. But just Elijah, can we get familiar with you? And then if you need to turn off the cam, you can. That's just a rule on Sarnetta TV, if you don't mind, brother.
Speaking of Sarnetta.
Nah, we ain't about to do that.
Can't speak on Sarnetta. You don't show
you got back chatted because you didn't open up your cam, and then you about to come speaking of Sarnetta, blood. I'm not no square, bro. You think I'm a square, huh? God, you got caught slipping. Let me get you up out of here. Kick from the studio. Hey, let's play Kick from the Studio. Any of y'all want to hop in? See how quick you get up out of here. Come on. Hop in right now with that nonsense. All right, speak, man. Cut it out. Now let's go. We teaching. Let's see what the polls say. Some people say this ain't no lesson. Let's see. Some people say this ain't no lesson. Y'all haters, bro.
A lesson in what? It is just taught you. Not only can you not even argue that, it just taught you some things about the book of Coming Forth by Day, and it taught you what they're saying concerning. So you have to consider it a lesson. Even if you know the information, it will be a lesson you've learned before.
So, someone thought I was really about to go, so what about Sarnetta? You know what I'm saying? Come on. They be coming on my show trying to do that. I don't know. Y'all out of pocket. So what's up, Kalan?
Yeah, someone's asked a question. Let me just see. Where is it? There we go. Set Imhotep Ma'acheru says, Brother Kalam, do you know the Gardner code for that Nen glyph in red? I'm not familiar with it, and I want to go distinguish it from the Hotep. So you can find that in Gardner's sign list on the D35. Okay, So it's in the Gardener's sign list on the D35. I don't know if you can see it. It'll be too small to see it here. But that's what it is.
We got my man Teflon Juan in the building. First time I had you on the panel with the Magi. What's up with your boy? You muted. Nah, you driving though. Put that phone down and just let it sit there.
Yo. Yeah, peace, fam. Peace, fam. Yeah, man. I consistently tune in to Netter, but I also tune in to your show, Smash. I'm the guy that comes on, Juan Lindsay. So I'm always in the chat,
Word up.
Yeah, for sure, man. So peace to the brothers on the panel. Man, I have a quick question. It's not necessarily on you guys' subject that you was just discussing, breaking down, but I do have a question about the Medunetra. So what was your method? And sorry, I'm cock and answer too, but what was your method to become as fluent or obtain the level of expertise that you have? Like, if I wanted to dig in and, just for hobby's sake, just, try to learn the Medunetra. So like when I'm coming on the shows, man, I can kind of follow you guys a little bit more and possibly, add my little contribution. Like, what would you suggest the route I should take to get a little bit of proficiency in Medunetra?
It depends. Do you learn from books good?
Yeah. I'm kind of a bibliophile, man.
Word up. One of the books, one of my favorites, and I'll keep recommending it, even though it's an old, antiquated book, it really will bring anybody up to speed. It is the Egyptian Grammar by Sir Alan Gardner. Now they got Egyptian Grammar by Alan Gardner. You can find it back on the show later. Don't trip. Yeah.
Okay, yeah. Egyptian Grammar, Alan Gardner.
Yeah.
Okay.
Now, that some people gonna be like, why he recommend this as a start book? But if you're not intimidated by it and you just dive into it with some confidence, you're gonna find out it's one of the best. It's gonna have you answering the questions right when the conversations pop up. There are other ones, but they not as they don't go as far in. I mean, JP Allen talks about the grammar, but he gonna have you not, I don't think he give you lessons in the regard that Alan Gardner does to make sure you could just straight read the glyphs before you finish with his book. Anybody else got any other book recommendations? I mean, now people are like, why you ain't recommending no black books? Man, I don't know. So maybe y'all, I would recommend them if I know them. So maybe y'all could do that. Let's go.
So Kalam, you want to go first? Or?
Yeah, go ahead. I was gonna say, I love my James P. Allen. I can't even, I know Smash doesn't recommend it, but I recommend this. It definitely does have lessons in there. Has roughly around 20 odd lessons in there, and it gives you breakdown of the history, the mythology, the society, things of that nature as well. So I actually recommend this book if you have got a chance. I've got the second edition, but I'm sure there is a third, or there's at least a third edition out anyway. So I would recommend that, and I would say try to read as much as possible on a daily basis.
Yes, sir.
You can choose something. If you've got like a Book of the Dead from Baj, or if you've got a Egyptian reading book or anything like that, just constantly practicing reading out certain scripts, you will get familiar with the words, and you don't need to, how can I put it? You no longer need to read letter by letter. You're able just to see the whole grouping of the words, and you'd be like, okay, that says Hotep, or that says Nesut, or that says whatever it is, and you become much more proficient by just keep on reading, keep on practicing.
Right. Okay, got you. That's 2 books. Okay.
I'm gonna tell you 3 things. One, take Infodisi Jehudi Mrs. class, because he makes, not only does he make it interesting, you're gonna want to read after that. His digital class is real cost effective too, and the videos you watch are good. Now the thing is, after you finish that, unless you're like directly with him, you're not going to have the proficiency yet. If you need the proficiency, get the How to Read Egyptian Hieroglyphs, a step-by-step guide to teach yourself, by Mark Collier and Bill Manley and Richard Parkinson. that book right there made it where I could read before, but after I did that book, the ability to just look at a wall and start breaking stuff down was there. It was there after that, where it was very easy. And then the last one, only because I've taken his class too, Professor Bob Breyer. I think his class is $39. And he breaks it down. And if you like things like homework online, it's through Yahoo. I can never remember the name of the damn group. We've been in there forever, but they do it for free, and they give you homework. You can learn hieroglyphic, you can learn Coptic, you can learn hieratic, and they teach another, and it's all free, and the lessons are on point. And they also go through James P. Allen, Gardner, and the other ones, all for free. All for free.
Okay, cool,
I need to.
Cool.
I'll pull it up while y'all chopping it up.
Yeah, I got one more question for you, brothers, too. So I understand, like, to remain in a certain level of proficiency, you know, that's pretty much a lifelong endeavor, because if you don't use it, you lose it, obviously. But how long did it take you guys to, you know, to get to this level of proficiency? Like, they say certain languages will take you, let's say, if you study, you know, a certain amount of time per day, it might take you like a year to learn Spanish or French or whatnot.
Though?
Like,
it's people who come on the show that say they don't study and know. I mean, they got all of their studies off us and watching the show, and they come on and build with us, and they're rather excitingly proficient, bro. I'll be like, wow, you trying to tell me you just learn by following us? And he be like, yeah, no other teachings. I just, you know, watch what you guys do, and I do it myself. And so here's the thing. We didn't have no groups. I didn't, especially being on the West Coast. I didn't have no groups. I was looking for brothers like y'all who could help me along so long, you know what I'm saying? And I couldn't find them. And so now with people, you know, we just on here doing this. Anybody could be at home trying to follow along, trying to vet what we're saying and learning it. One thing I will say, if you do want to like put on them training wheels, you would attack learning the you know, monoliterals or the glyphs that only have one sound that kind of correspond to our alphabet, so to speak, for lack of a better term. You could focus on learning them first and then dive in so that you can follow what we doing while you're learning everything else. You see what I'm saying? So even when I learned the Hebrew, I just was like, okay, let me focus on knowing that when I see these, I don't want to call them glyphs, but these symbols, that I know which sound each one represents, even if I can't parse them yet, because I can watch other people parse them and start learning the parsing. Parsing is just when heck of words run together, you need to know how to separate them, basically, in certain languages. In English, we put a little space, so we parse with spaces, but ancient languages didn't parse with spaces. So you just gonna see heck of letters ran together and not know how to separate them. That is called parsing. You see what I'm saying? And so, and you'll learn how to parse just by following just certain systems. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. And the one I was talking about is called Glyph Study. Glyph Study, and I believe it's on Yahoo.com. If you go there, you get free classes, and I mean, it's in abundance. Anything you want to learn, like I said, from Coptic to hieroglyphic, hieratic, demotic. They have classes for all of that, and they got plenty homework. They'll be on you about your homework, and it's free. And it's like it used to be like 10,000 of us in there, and depending on the class you're taking, it's going to be about 800 of you in there. Play with it. Also, goodness, what's wrong with my voice today? Start to you know the alphabet, they always have the A, and then they have the hawk bird, or they have the reed leaf. Go get some basic hieroglyphic with those letters and just start sounding out the stuff you see. And it's going to help you when you start to take the class, because you'll start to see the formation of the words. Then go look at a translation and see how close you got. Those are some of the things I would, kind of play with in order to get it right.
Okay. Yeah, man. That's great information. I'm definitely gonna come back on the show, after it's over and get those references to the books and to the information and the websites. Yeah, man. So I appreciate it, brothers. Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and drop on down, man, and continue to listen in. Thank you.
Word up. Word up. And so, I mean, that was just, I wasn't even going to go too far on that. But you know what? We could pull up some Ma'i Hepri. This is one reason why I really love this website right here. And I recommend people use it as well. Ushabits, because they got everything right there. Now, if we just go to Ma'i Hepri and go look to see, are there we know we're going to notice different stuff written. But I'm pretty sure his text gonna say that same line, but it's gonna say it a little different. And now, if people ain't familiar with Ma'i Hepri, he like the battle line. You know what I'm saying? That's what they called him.
And chapter 3's teacher.
Exactly. Now, this brother traditionally wrote into his Book of Dead looking like what people would try to say was a traditional Nubian, was just an Egyptian. Buried royally. Look how he represented himself in his part of Heru, though. Look at Ma'i Hepri bossing up. You feel me?
Go get a picture of the body. You know he still got his dreads and all that.
Mm-hmm. But we're going to see what Ma'i Hepri say when it comes to making his negative confessions. And we'll see how similar I always say artists stand. Now, notice here, they're a little different. See, we at the section. No, we ain't at the section. It looked like this was the section, but it ain't. So let's keep going. These are just words said by whoever's saying them, and we can keep going. Shout out to the 25% of the people who said this wasn't a free lesson. That'd be making me turn on the video games. Even if you got 75% of the people, I'll be like, Cass be hating.
You do have to understand the brother who called them was our Hebrew brother, and you got to understand what's outside. So you know what I'm saying.
Well, all Hebrews ain't haters though. You feel me?
So only some. You know.
Yeah, and so he just was coming in speaking of pick. Shut up. Don't nobody say speaking of when they. Don't nobody even say speaking of when they got something good to say. Have you ever heard somebody say speaking of and then hit you off with something good?
No.
You know what I'm saying? Like, speaking of that, you got $1 million. Huh?
Oh.
I ain't never heard.
Let's get to that.
It's always speaking of this, here goes something negative. So I'm going to highlight and see what we can find that Ma'i Hepri says similar to. All right, so here go that one statement. So that's this one statement about something. The Met statement is exactly the same. We're going to go over here and see what's different.
Zoom in some, family.
Yeah, but I just got to find the part to snip it before I zoom in. And I'm going to say right here, it looked like they wrote, see? Ma'i Hepri got to them matters. They go to Dada. All right, I'm going to have to snip it off right now. Real quick. Just give me a second. Ma'i Hepri's text is going to express it. First I got to find that, though. And it ain't even in the same place. And this is what people got to be seeing about these Perk MH rules. When you really look at them, it ain't like reading, though. I'm going to just snip this whole bottom line because I'll still have the zoom in ability. So I'm just going to snip it all. And then we go like this. Now, I can't even find it yet. Look, y'all see how now look, we read this when we started this last line, we read this one about, let me see if I can scroll, about the Dada, right? But notice here, this ain't Ani. Let me make sure I got a better snip. Let me get a better snip.
I think I seen it starting from the left. It was like the fourth one to the right, something like that.
All right, hold on. Let me see. I'm just out here game goofy for a second. All right, let's see. Again, if people wonder what we're doing, we look at over a different person's per Heru to see how he got it in. I mean, it's to see if the text is written exactly the same. So now the first one we went over was the Dada one. I had just seen the Dada one. Well, let me find this bar and scroll to this one. You see it already?
Well, let me
see. So here go that one. Yeah, I'm looking for the neck. Yeah. I don't see it yet.
Net. It says met right there, so it's not.
We went over that one. I seen the Dada one, but I'm here goes the Dada one.
Right here.
What? Oh, right here.
Count.
So here go the Dada one. You see me on the Dada one in the middle?
Yes, right there in the
middle.
Now,
which way to go from here?
To your
right,
about 6 times, 7 times.
7? That's 7 right here.
One more.
All right, now let me see. It say nin neck. Oh no, that's a setep though. That's not a neck. That's a setep.
Yeah,
this is it though.
It goes on. Keep on.
So he wrote it different.
That's the one. That's the one.
Oh, see now, notice this, y'all. It is it, but I didn't notice it because the neck stuff is way down here. And now, if I show you the whole text and zoom out, it still has this top portion. So what it's showing is this person, when he wrote it, he added more words to the statement. And maybe reading my Hebrews will give us a better, truer understanding because this person added more words. Now, again, here we go. Let me zoom it over so people could get it in the middle of the screen. Hold on, screen. Here we go. Now I see. Now I'll try first because I don't mind messing up to show people that how it ain't even like that. So what I think I see is whatever the nature is, and then we know this is negation, right? And since the second n isn't repeating, it says in. So it got negation in setep, and it looks like this is new, and this is just a chick bird on the new right here. Is this a new pot over here?
Yeah,
a new bowl. Yeah, a new bowl with the chick bird, right? So this is setep new, and we got Hemet. So did this person write Hemet different? I mean, because it do say Hamet, right? And then unless this is just a ha with this met determinative and a man. But here's the neck part, and it still say it, but let's work this type. I'll allow y'all to help work this out. Now, I don't know setep new. I know setep is something chosen, but what does setep new? Anyone? I can't really look at my dictionary.
I'm not one of those. I would assume I'm not one of those who have chosen, maybe.
I don't know who Michael Smith is, but he lightweight puzzle.
Is he showing his face?
Nah, I don't
Show
know.
your face,
I
Playboy.
tried to answer this question, and I guess he think it was a gotcha moment when I said that we don't have the corresponding text that show they followed these rules in the day, but we have the text that show them how they had to be manifest this to get into the afterlife. That would be the same thing to me. But maybe one of y'all on the panel could contradict what I said about we don't have this text for the daily day, and it might appease brother Michael Smith.
I thought we read that to him 3 times, right?
Mm-hmm.
We read it was chapters 72. The other one was in the 60s. We read that for the brother. So
Michael, I'm trying to see his comment. Where's his comment?
Oh, he basically was talking about, it was on my Smash Rockwell page. He basically said something about, Jonathan said, my eye is said in the afterlife too, and it is a response to it. Basically talking about the negative confessions. It is a response to quote unquote something or whatever, but he doesn't know exactly what the something is. And I basically I mean he didn't mischaracterize what I said, but he's not taking the honesty of my statement. You have to hear that what a negative confession is of what I have not done while living.
Yeah.
Now, if you know you were supposed to confess of these things, then you know what you ain't supposed to do. We ain't had to find that list like some fake 10 commandments. But what would you guys say to that?
Well, also when he's talking about the thing or whoever, they're talking about the friends of Asar who you have to profess these to. So at the beginning of you see the men at the top of each one of those are Asar's friends. And so when you like Bone Crusher is the name of one. So it'll say praise Bone Crusher, who breaks this, that, the other, and destroys bones, because you don't want that to happen to you if you did this particular thing. And then they say, I have not done so and so. In this case, I have not slept with a man. Why? Because Bone Crusher would get at you if you did sleep with a man. So these confessions are to the friends of Asar, so that you can join Asar in the Reset job, so that you can join those in the fields of reeds, the Aru, the location of Asar, so that you can eat of the cakes. So the good cakes. You don't have to worry about those other cakes me and Israel Doctrine talked about. These are the good cakes. This is the cornbread. This is the good stuff. So this is what you're confessing to, so that you don't have a problem. Each one of these negative confessions, so to speak, has someone you're confessing them to in order to gain access to the Aru.
Yeah. Okay.
You
So
see each one of them men at the top? That's who the confession is to. That's who you're talking to. Hail so and so who hails from so and so. I have not done this. Don't jack me up. Hell long of stride. That's what they call one
Let's
of
see
them.
why he worded this one maxim different though.
let me
What's
can
up
I
with
can
this
I
step
just
two? Go
let me just
ahead.
respond to Michael Smith, right? So it says here, Jonathan said, Ma'at is said in the afterlife too, and it's a response to something. I would say, I don't know if you actually said this, but I would say yes, this is actually said in the afterlife too. And in the afterlife, it was said by the person's son. The person's son on the day or just before burial was taking place, right? According to Diodorus Siculus, he spoke about there was a trial that took place. Um, yeah, there was a trial that basically took place at the end of somebody's life, just before they're buried, to make sure that they can actually get buried. And there is judges to represent the whole of the land of Egypt, and some of them will be wearing particular medallions to state, who they are and how and what role they're officiating, or what capacity they're officiating as. And these, so anybody can come up at this point in time to say that this person has molested me, or this person has stole from me, or this person has killed such and such, right? The son was supposed to recite these things as part of the trial, to say, my father, and I'm speaking on behalf of my father, or I'm speaking on behalf of my father, and I'm saying, I have not done these things. I have not done this. I have not done that. I have not done this. Because this same trial is what took place in the mythos with Osiris. When it was time for Satuk or Seth, death itself, to actually have a trial, he was saying, no, Osiris did this, he done this, and so forth. And this is you defending yourself as Osiris to say, I haven't done these things. I was wrongfully murdered. Therefore, I should be compensated for what has happened to me. So the son, as in Horus, the son of this person who's died, would be acting in the role of Horus on behalf of Osiris, which is the dead person, to say, I have not done these things. I am representing my father. He hasn't done these things. And once that person is cleared of any sins or whatever the case is, then they can actually have the procession to continue to the opening of the mouth and so forth for them to be Aku. If they didn't pass that, that's the whole weighing on the scale, right? If they didn't pass that, they wouldn't be allowed to be buried. So they will be one of the Mutu people, the people that are the wandering spirits or the wandering souls. So in that instance, it did happen after you died, but he doesn't know exactly what that something is. Okay, that's it.
Y'all see that? That's Annie and his wife. She says recitation right there. This is Annie and his wife standing before Asar and Aset and the children of Haru in the papyrus. That's what's happening. Notice they got plenty of offerings. Notice they got plenty of offerings.
Trying to have some fun real quick. You know, we was doing the teaching and people be like, yawn, yawn, yawn. Let's go back to this from yesterday. Have us some fun real quick. Let me see. Wait a minute. Why is it doing me like that? Hold on. I need to go in. I made a video. No, I want to go into the design, man. Why they trip? Edit. Okay, let me go in the edit. My bad. Present. So this is funny. And you know they taking names off the list. Because the left side didn't even make it. For the people who want to know,
the right side.
The right side, thank you. The right side, I need to go play some games and relax. I'm over here. Coffee didn't work today. I seen one glyph, I swear I knew, and I was like, I still want to ask y'all what it is. And I'm like, I don't even want to ask what that glyph is because I know it's so much that I'm. But nah, it was a rectangle, bro, straight up. And I was like, no, don't.
You talking about the door bolt?
Nah, it was a straight rectangle, bro. You feel me? Not pet. My brain, it ain't shoe. Okay, there you go. The SH. See, my brain was tripping. The SH sound. You know what I'm talking? Hey, you on mute, Kalam.
Yeah, Sunchild, I think I know what you're talking about. It's going to be the map thing.
Yeah, it was the SH. Sunchild, you could get in just as soon as you show your camera.
Can I just share my screen quickly?
As soon as you're ready, and then I'm gonna go back to this having fun thing. But go ahead. Share your camera whenever. Sunchild, you gotta show your camera.
Okay. Hopefully this is it anyway. Because I haven't read it. So Diodorus supplies entirely different description of the judgment of the dead ritual in the first book of his Bibliothèque Historia. According to him, the judgment of the dead occurred between the embalming and the burial. The body was conveyed by boat over a pond, probably to an island where 42 judges were waiting on the shore. At this point, everyone who had something to bring against the deceased made their complaint. If guilt was proved, the corpse could not be buried. But if no complaints made their appearance, or if their complaint was unjustified, the deceased was extolled by all present and then buried with honors. From the New Kingdom in particular, we have numerous representation of a funerary celebration in a garden with a pool. And in these cases, the mummy of the tomb owner was in fact conveyed to an island. I know of no representation of the 42 judges on this island, however. Perhaps Diodorus did not derive his version of the Egyptian ritual from his own observation of such a procedure, but rather from representations in tombs, thereby somewhat confusing the two. But Reinhold Merkabach has compared Diodorus' account with the text in the two Rhind funerary papyri, which he understands as a record of the burial ceremonies for Menthesouphis and his wife, who both died in the year 9 BCE. In these papyri, there clearly emerge a sequence of ceremonies in the form of a dramatic presentation in which priests played the role of the gods. If we combine this information with Diodorus' description of the burial ceremonies, we get the picture of a Baroque spectacle. The Baroque period was itself influenced by Diodorus' account. So that was it, basically.
All right, now I just want to give say something real quick. You finish that up though. What you was about to say?
So yeah, so that was basically showing that this whole 42 laws, or the 42 negative confessions, right, was part of the burial ceremony, where if anybody had any grievances against the person and can prove that this person wasn't ma'acheru, wasn't true of voice, did do bad things, right, then they weren't allowed to be buried with all the honors and ceremonies, right? So they needed a person, which would have been the son, or even the a vizier or somebody of importance would represent the dead person to say he has not done these things, which if anybody comes to bring such claim against him. And that was the purposes of the 42 laws or the 42 negative confessions in a funerary context. But inside the temple complex context, it's actually written as purity laws or purity commandments. You can find in Edfu, and where else can you find it? I think it's Temple of Esna and Komombo. That's purity ritual.
Esna and Edfu.
Esna and Edfu.
All right, Sarnetta TV. I need to say something though. Hold on, man. I don't be knowing what's going on. For real though, hold up. Look, this is where I'm at. I need to get on the camera right and put myself on big and ask some questions. This is a question I got. Why on my show, don't let nobody do no damn slander banging. My mods is on point. My archer's gonna snipe you down, right? But then I just look at the chat and I'm like, I don't even understand. Maybe it ain't no mods on Sarnetta TV. I don't see no mods, right? So maybe I gotta make some mods from when I'm on or whatever. But don't let nobody be in the chat hating while we over here teaching, and then I gotta come off the teach and block this truth seeker dude who's saying hellish shit. And I'm like, I know somebody, I know somebody could have sniped him a long time ago. So I'm just asking, maybe, because this ain't when people tune in a lot later. And so maybe it ain't a lot of mods in the house. But if you is in the house, I can't really be doing all that at once, yo. So please try to help get them haters up out of there. But on the Magi channel, knock them down fast. What? Y'all know how we get it in. And if I need some archers to come over to Sarnetta TV, then I can mod y'all up so y'all know how we get it in. But we gonna have more fun than this. So I'm about to laugh at this list. Yeah, it ain't no mods and it's over there going crazy. So now I gotta moderate. Oh my gosh, it's going retarded over here. And so please help out, fam. Let me see if I can mod somebody up that I know that's solid from my channel. I need somebody to throw them arrows up so you can start sniping people right here on Sarnetta TV. But I ain't trying to get into that. I don't like contributing to that. I want us to take this as a breath of fresh air in the middle of all the bickering, that we still gonna hop out here on the block or whatever, YouTube, and try to get the teaching popping still. But these detractors and stuff gonna be coming in the chat, and I only see that it ain't no green name, so that's the problem. It ain't no mods on right now. That's fine. I understand. Those people don't want to learn the lesson or see the lesson. They just wait until the drama pop off. So we need some teacher mods. There you go. Man himself is solid. Yeah. Somebody say something else, man himself, to make your name pop up. Knock these fools down when they hate no Sarnetta, man. Now, let me see.
Is Sarnetta allowed for... He ain't allowed nothing.
All right, bow. Man himself he gonna knock him down. I ain't even tripping now. You feel me? Yeah.
They funny.
They ready. And so I'm only putting on solid ones that's gonna stand out like shooters, bro. You need to put on shooters.
Get UKA.
UKA, you gotta be able to say something so that we can make sure. They blocked this UKA. He's solid. He banged for you, sir. So if you see this show, I can't unblock nobody. Well, I looked to try to unblock, and I didn't see him in there, so I don't know what's up.
He only on your channel.
You ain't blocked. I can't mod everybody, but I know y'all solid. Hold on though, and soccer unmod anybody. But we get some shooters in here, man. Archers, boy. No more. Any slanderers, y'all gonna knock them boys down, man. All right, let me see. There y'all go. That. Now we got 3 archers on deck. It's nothing. I already know how it goes.
The truth.
Yeah. Now let's have some fun, man. Shoot. So this list, again, this ain't official, but hopefully he get to this point too, because we got to understand that the researchers and debaters is two different things. Hold on, we got my brother in the house. I ain't got to holler at you for the first time. Peace to Sunchild. What it do, bruh? Welcome to the panel. Thanks for tapping in. You can unmute yourself when you please.
Peace, brother. Thanks for taking my question.
Oh, what's your question?
Regarding, I saw someone in the chat mentioned Dr. Ben saying that the confessions were not given while you were alive. Is it fair or feasible for the gods to judge you on these things, whether or not you were given a warning about them?
Well, you know what? Kalam gave the best answer to that, and I will let Kalam answer that. I mean, you know, what I will say is, just for the record for people, some things I don't even specialize in nothing really like that, but I like to be dealing with the grammar the most. Asar M. Kai, he would be a lot well more versed to me to talk about the mythology, but the current thing that we were talking about, Kalam, I don't know if Kalam's available right now, but I think he had gave the best answer that answered that, and so if he is available, yeah, there you go.
Okay. Sorry if I'm, taking you back to what's already been answered, but I just got in.
No, I don't think that has been answered. Maybe you want to rephrase it. Kalam is here
That's
now.
a good question too. Yeah. While let Kalam get situated.
Yeah. Go ahead. I didn't hear the question. I was kicked out. Sorry.
He was asking if it's fair to be judged on things before giving a warning from the Netcharu. We say it one more time, Brother Sunchild, so we capture the essence of
that. Is it feasible to say that the gods can reserve the right to judge you on entering the afterlife without warning you of the criteria that you're being judged on? Is that feasible? Do the gods reserve that right?
Okay, these things you would have already, how can I put it? You would have already known the things that the gods don't like already. And you would have already signed up to not do the things that the gods don't like. So if you are an initiate with inside of the schematic school itself, they have a particular module. It's called, for lack of a better term, right? It's module 2. And in there, they go into the priestly manual or the mythological manual. And you need to be able to say what the different gods are. You need to know the different mythology of the different gods and what gnomes that they reside in. And in doing that, you would understand what each gnome despises. And in knowing what each gnome despises, you would say to yourself, I would not do these things that the gods despise, or I will not do the taboos of those particular gnomes. So each gnome may have a particular taboo, such as eating a fish or eating pig or whatever the case is. And you may subscribe to that, and you say you would not do these things. But if you did not subscribe to it, it doesn't mean you would not be judged on those things because you haven't been initiated. You have to be initiated and become a wa'ab, meaning a purified one. If you become purified, then you know what the deity doesn't like and doesn't want to be done. So anything other than that, you won't be judged on.
Now, let me ask, just for some more clarity, if you don't mind, do you want to expound a little bit on Ma'akaru? And as I understand Ma'akaru, we know your true voice. I call it real talk, but people like he was 100, you know what I'm saying? But people don't like that it actually literally translates to that. But the statement of Ma'akaru is to pass into the afterlife, meaning that while you were living, you was 100. Do you want to break that down a little bit, if you don't mind, or anybody? You don't have to be Kalan. You want to do that, Asar, or whatever?
Yeah, we could do it. Basically, in order to go to the next life and have a good, or in order to go and have a good judgment and not to be dealt with by a myth, if you will, you needed to make sure that your life was predicated on righteousness. Some of the scribes will say things like, I never spoke a curse word. I remember reading that in the Cairo Museum. I never did this, I never did that. You may not be that profound, but you need to be in a righteous state. So to be true of voice means to speak the truth. It means that what you did in your life, good should outweigh the bad things, just this for simplicity's sake. And so these are the things that you're judged on. These 42 are your base template. When you start to read what we call the Sabiat text or the teacher text or the teachings, when we get, and that's your Patahatep, your Ankh Shashank, your so-and-so, your different scribes that left information for their children to read so they knew how to conduct themselves. This is the type of behavior that was expected. And if you're sound in that type of behavior, you were going to have a good afterlife. You were going to be okay in the next life.
Interesting. I want to say one thing for my mob people helping me out on Sonetta TV. It's 3 of y'all. Y'all on point. I know y'all already. That's why I put y'all on, but check it out. Don't hate. It's not about people disagreeing. It's about these slandering suckers who trying to attach people to stuff they ain't got nothing to do with. Y'all know what's going on in these YouTube streets. Knock them fools down. But we don't want to see nobody who just disagreeing. Y'all know what it is. So thank y'all for being on point like that. You feel me?
And may I ask another question for clarity as well?
Yes, sir.
You mentioned initiates and uninitiated. The uninitiated were not aware of the confessions before they would go to the afterlife. Only the initiated were.
No, the 42 are known pretty much throughout. The 42 confessions of Ma'at are known pretty much throughout. Now, if we get into the Sabiat texts like Patahatep, where they start to teach a royal son some of the information that you won't receive necessarily, some of the things that they teach their children may not reach your children because they're not in the courthouse with the king. They're not doing stuff for the Nasut Biti on a regular basis. They are not in the per Ankh taking care of the Netcharu and the different venerations that you would give to the ancestors on a daily basis that the priests would do. So there's certain things you're not going to know. You're not the embalmer of the body. So there's certain rituals you're not going to know because you're not an embalmer. You're not a dentist, a sanu, a doctor. So they had dentists and different sanu. If you're not a doctor, you're not going to know everything that a doctor knows. You've never taken the Hippocratic Oath. All doctors have, even today, doctors have and do things that you don't do because they're initiated in the craft of being a doctor. This is no different than in ancient Egypt. So there's certain things that when you took on a job of a certain nature, such as embalming or being a doctor, etc., that are sacred. And so there are other things that they want you to do. And if you didn't do those things, such as the priest who got killed because he wasn't washing his hands and taking care of his body correctly before he touched the Netcharu, so they got rid of him in the story, you should know these things. If you don't know those things, you're not initiated in that craft. And that's not something a layman would know. That's something someone who is initiated would know.
Word up. Hey, look, we about to get ready to wind this down. I don't want to go too much over 3 hours on Sonetta TV, but I might just come back on Smash Rockwell. But I see you got something on the screen. Maybe you want to get into that, and then I'm about to play a little game. You know what I'm saying? Oh, you on mute. You on mute.
Yeah. I wanted to touch on the whole Maheru thing. Right here, it says, this is from the Maxim of Ptah. I'll go into it properly and just double check it. But I believe definitely is from the Sebayit, the Maxims of Ptah. And okay, the wise is known by his wisdom. The great by his good actions. His heart matches his tongue. So again, Maheru, his lips are straight when he speaks. So with the whole point of being Ma'acheru, it's not just being true of voice in what you're saying is that your words are matching your heart or matching what your intentions or your mind is. Then your mind is also a reflection of also your actions. So all three of those things need to be in line. Your thoughts, your words, and your actions need to be in alignment for you to be ma'akeru, for you to be true of voice. So you need to be moving on that straight path, not just only speaking. Because some people, you know, I'm not putting out no names out there. Some people could talk a really good talk, and you know what they call it, sound right reasoning. So it sounds right, it reasons right, but when you really dissect it, you'd be like, no, this ain't right. So Ma'akeru is literally being true of voice in actions, words, and deeds. Go ahead, King.
I'm over here tripping because Cat's even scamming in the chat, bro. Now, this fool told me, this dude named Skip, think if I could zoom up in the chat when I was trying to find some mods. Oh, no, okay. No, I'll be wrong sometimes, too. I don't want to blame.
Talking about the God of truth.
I don't want to blame nobody, nothing. Because I was thinking this other dude tried to trick me and said he said he was somebody else from my channel under a different account trying to get on Side Netter TV. Side Netter gonna handle it. Y'all mess up, you're gonna be out of there anyway. So do your thing right. Bang right, shade up. Anyway, so I like what you just added, but I wanted to just get ready to close out the show with this funny part. Really
real quick, Brother Smash, if I may, just in a word, yes or no, if Dr. Ben did in fact say that the confessions were not for the living, then he would have been incorrect. Is that yes or no?
Correct. He would be wrong about that because there are certain statements that say these statements are for the living, not just the past. So yeah, he would be wrong on that particular point.
Okay, thank you. Have a good day, guys.
Word up. Thanks for tapping in. Now, again, I just was on this for the, just because we had fun on the other day on the other show. Let me see. We asked the question because we had started on the Side Netter TV who was the best debaters. And we got a little fire got started before everybody started tripping off the polite case. But Katz was like, at least it let us know we do need a real list. You know what I'm saying? And so Sase, he gonna come back and redo it, right? But yesterday we was chilling. Hold on, let me reset my screen. Yesterday we was chilling and we say, okay, debaters is one thing, and I got like 8 more minutes before I'm gonna shut it down. Yesterday we said debaters is one thing, but we know researchers is a different. You could do research and not be a battle type person ready to win over the crowd, but you still over the past 10 years or whatever have given the community a lot of research. So this was the list. Obviously, it was on my channel. So shout out to my archer. So it was smash bias. This is me saying it. The list was smash bias, all right? It's no big deal. But I still was happy that I had got a 90. We did it by percentages because it was low people. So to see if it's some...
Say what? I can't lie. I'm upset my name ain't on that list, you know.
You know what? Because you've been out, you just been in the cut for like 3 years. You feel me? How long you been in the cut for?
I've been away for about a good three. Yeah, good 3 years.
Yeah, 3 years, I did that once too when I fell all the way off.
Because I don't know, man. From what was it? What did I win on Sunday again? The award ceremony to have like the most information on the channel, something along those lines. I can't remember. Do you remember the award ceremony?
Well, you already got some award, huh?
Yeah, I got the award for having the best information.
Research.
Damn.
Well, we know about Quran. That's why we need
you. He was on your show tearing dudes down. That's what's funny though. I mean, I got probably more debates than the whole list. I probably got more debates than the whole list.
But this ain't debates. See,
I didn't make it on the debate list at all.
Researchers. Oh, okay.
And I'm at the
bottom.
bottom.
I'm gonna redo that list. We're gonna do that list over with Sonetta. I said Sonetta now. I need to be there. So now what I'm putting on the screen, just we gonna wind this up off the bias list off my channel. It really wasn't biased. Remember, this percentage represents how many of the people said that this person was that in 2 minutes. The list is skewed because me and Reggie switched places because I gave Reggie number 1 as an honorarium. And then if you see some of these numbers out of order, like this Asar MK, it is because we did a vote off between the people and they said Ankh should be higher than the Asar MK. Now, so what we only doing in the show is between this top 4 on this list.
Wait. Real quickly.
Mm-hmm.
So you're telling me that Asar Imhotep did not make the top 10?
Yeah,
Would you want to know what's funny?
You lot are fucking. This
is the thing. The people voted. We didn't do nothing else. You see what I'm saying? So this was the criteria. It was going to be either 2 minutes or either 100 people, whichever happened first. You know what I'm saying? And the votes gave these percentages. Now, obviously, if they ever pick this one up as a real thing, then some of these names will be re-looked at. But this is what the people said. So since we're at the end of the show, I'm only throwing in the top 4 because that's the only amount that. Here's another thing, Kalam. One of the criteria was that who taught you the most with sources that when you fact checked it, it was true. So see, that knocked the SAR down some, talking about the riparian land and type of stuff. You got to open your mic. Your mic is on mute.
Oh, yeah, he was on there.
Smash, you'll be up there. You'll be up there still.
I hope.
Because there's not many people that actually bring out sources. And I would say you would be up there over everybody else.
All right, we just threw up the poll. I want to see me lose again on Side TV like I always do. The other day they gave me hands on Side TV. I'm like, this crowd don't know Smash. I'll hop right in that chat and troll just right while we talking. Let me troll while we talking. I gotta find my account though. So this is what I do with my polls. I normally do 2 minutes, but I guess I'll do it to the end of the show. Now we talking about taught you things with sources. We didn't even say primary sources. Let's be fair to people. They just taught you things about the subject matter that you didn't know if you wasn't watching the show. And everybody vote, man. The votes is what it's all about, interaction. If y'all want to vote and y'all on the Magi channel, roll over to Side Studios. You got time to vote. We're going to kick it and leave that vote up for these last 5 minutes and see what it do. Anybody got anything they want to add to the bill we was doing?
I've got a question, yeah. And I'm not trying to be a hater or nothing like that. Because I think Brother Jabari has to be the #1 spokesperson inside of the Phonetic community that represents correctly. But in terms of actually teaching Kemet, I haven't really seen much from him in that respect. I think Brother Reggie and you going more into the text, yeah, and really digging into certain nuances more than Brother Jabari. So I'm like, sometimes it's upsetting, yeah, that as Kemetics, right, we don't dig into the text, as you quite rightly said, yeah, like the Hebrews and the Muslims and the Christians, because they will tell you, like, I can't tell you coffin text, 173, but them Hebrews, yeah, they will tell you, read exactly. Exodus.
Yeah, and they know it by heart. They know it by heart.
Damn. And I think we're slipping. I personally think we're slipping like that.
Thank you. Look, we need more votes. We need more votes. I like what Kalam just said because that's true. And the Hebrews are always going to go to the Hebrew. If somebody just teaching from the KJV, they getting hands put on. That's like picking up E.A. Wallace Budge and telling people you teaching the Persian Hebrew.
And can't go to the text. I would say, you could even take me off the list, right, and add Kalam. I'm just going to tell you all, when we drop the information, it usually changes what's happening in the community itself. See, Kalam muted himself because what he was saying shouldn't have been heard. He was like, nope. But you could even take me off the list, put Kalam on. But some of the brothers that's on here, they newer in the game. Their information hasn't stood the time of scrutiny yet. And us three up here, we've been through the grinder before, and we've been for a long time. I think I'm going on 12 or so years in the mix.
The funny part is the poll got everybody about 10% apart right now. Contrary to what the voters on my show said, but the list is exactly the same. It says Reggie, Smash, Jabari, Ralborn. This is how they're voting on Sonetta TV, but we ain't got enough votes yet. So maybe y'all at work and y'all can't vote. We just want to see what it do. We want to see more people's opinion. I mean, I'll be like, okay, you could just take what we did today. You could literally take what we did today and put it up against everything some people on the list and taught y'all, and you trying to tell me they showed y'all more than what we showed y'all today?
You didn't learn a lesson today.
All right, we almost at 5 minutes, but I will want to get more people's opinion because they got me and Jabari tied right now, and I don't want to end with no tie. Let's let the Sonetta audience speak.
Yeah, with what we gave you right here, you can't even really say that somebody else gave it to you because we went directly to the primary resources, read the resource, and broke the resource down. So you getting it raw. You don't get that. You got some Egyptologists who can't do what we doing right now. It's just not that skilled.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think Ankh should be a lot higher. We even petitioned for that, right? And we did some votes. He raised the one spot, but that percentage represents the number. Like y'all see the percentages on the screen. So we was asking, is this person top 10? And this is the percentage that they earned. And so then we listed it like that. Now, obviously, we didn't do it on Sonetta TV, which got a much bigger audience. And I can't stop this poll with me and Jabari number so close. So I need more people to vote. What I mean is, I got Jabari by 2%, and that ain't fair. Yeah, so we need to let more people vote. Yeah.
And Jabari, when it's a debate, remember it's just a friendly. It's nothing major.
Oh, I ain't got that. I ain't got that.
No. I don't feel a certain
way. I don't think it should be a debate, right? And you know what it should be? It should be present information on one topic. Each person has the same topic. Present information on that same topic, yeah, and let's see who gives the most information with the most sources that can actually be verified.
Hey, that's dope. That's dope, Kalan. Hey, that's dope. I'm gonna have to get you to moderate that over here. Like, we're gonna string some stuff up, make that work out right.
Who brought out the most information on said topic?
Yeah, I mean, and have everybody with their things that they can fact check and vet. Like, have to do it different. See who giving you facts, and somebody can sit there and be like, "Hold up, I just looked up what you said, and it actually says this."
Yeah, because some people they can sound good, but when you go home and do the research, it ain't adding up.
I like the list, but I like it because it looked like how we had it. But me and Jabari keep tying. So we're going to wait till somebody pull away. Either he pull away or I pull away. We can't go 38, 28, 28. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So we're going to just let more people chime in on the vote. I'm trying to close the show down so y'all vote as we kick it.
Can I ask a question? Does Jabari know the Medonetta?
I think he knows some Medonetta. I would presume as he got so much scrutiny, yes, but he hasn't displayed any public knowledge of. He shies away from wanting to read publicly, which would be hard to have a discourse with me and then do that. You can't do that, so you got to stay away from Smash or anybody on the Amara squad or any even show like this today. You could clearly click the link and add your knowledge.
Because in terms of the people that know can read the Medonetta, yeah, I see it as yourself, Brother Reggie, Brother Asai MK. Who else is there?
Uja them and the whole session.
Uja.
Wuja and the session. Yeah.
You, I am the session. You saying
okay,
it already?
Yeah. And then who else? Who else? So I want to know like who is actually representing the Kemetic community, because that's number one. Like you have to know the grammar of the language. You need to know how to read the hieroglyphics. If you claim to be a Kemetic practitioner or a Kemetic priest, but you don't read the language, then I don't know how it makes sense.
If me and Jabari stay tied and I gotta wrap up the show, I'm just gonna give it to Jabari. So y'all need to vote to make it more clear. But keep going, Kalam.
Yeah. Because I'm gonna start putting up some stuff, right? Because we need to start putting up like what was the curriculum of the ancient Egyptians? If you claim to be a priest, right? What was the curriculum, right? The first thing that you had to be able to do was to read and write. If you didn't read and write, you couldn't pass on to the higher degrees.
Man, I'm gonna bring all that out.
Curriculum.
Yeah, I'm gonna bring all that out. But on top of that, man, so we trying to say we just looking at what a funerary text, right? Which I said, so we was just today looking at what would be classified as a funerary text, right? Which who would be the people governing over? Like we know a scribe may write it if you know it, but who would govern over a funerary text?
That's would be
Kerihab priest.
It would be priest, right? Yep. So then you got to be able to kind of at least do some of what we was doing.
Yeah, the Kerihab come in. They got to put they got to put it on your bandages. They got to put it on the amulets. You got to carve and all that other stuff. Then when it comes to writing your wall, putting it on the wall, they'll take the particular text that you wanted, that your family paid for, and they'll put it in the certain sections of the wall of your tomb if you got that, and goes down. If it's not in the tomb, then it's on your papyrus, and they'll put those sections in there for you. Write them down, and you're usually good to go.
Okay, now the poll is starting to get more concise, and it seems they want Reggie, Jabari, Smash, Rob Warren. We got 39% for Reggie, 25% for Smash, 31% for Jabari, and 5% for Rob Warren. So I'm not saying that these is gonna be the top ones when I never ever get around to doing this part. But we was just doing it to see what the people felt about this. I'm gonna get ready. It looked like Reggie about to hit 40%. I'm gonna get ready to close the poll out so that we could get ready to wind it down. Anybody got any last words?
All I'm saying is, if you claim to be a priest, if you claim to be a Kemetic priest, I'm coming for everybody. Everybody that claims to be a Kemetic priest, I need to see some credentials.
I need to see hard. Kalam, and you got your arrows up. You out here
ready to go.
Well, I don't know about that, but I got certain things to say about that, but maybe it's not. I hold my words to if ever we get to dialogue. Not saying that I agree with what you're saying, but I want what I need. My punches need to hit like punchlines from a battle. I don't want nobody to hit my writtens. I got writtens though. You feel me? I got punchlines. I can't wait to drop them. It's gonna be hella funny. It'd be like when I don't know. When I was younger, I used to have to be thinking the funny things to say before I go to school the next day. But I know I'm not on that. Now we on scholastics, and the punchlines is sources and right? They sources and they bombs that people don't got. And so I'll be sitting there like, I can't wait to put this on the screen. But yeah. Shout out to y'all and shout out to everybody. Did I end that poll? Let me see. How did the poll end? All right, yeah. So if Sonetta do it, it seems like they're gonna put Smash at number 3, Jabari at number 2, and Reggie at number 1. That's why when that's even if I make it up that high. I only gave y'all 4 choices, but that's when I had Reggie at. That's why yesterday I switched my position with Reggie because Reggie taught me a lot. But honestly, just what I think this audience need to see more of my work, basically. So I could take that upon myself. You feel me? That's all I feel.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And shout
that'll
out to
close
Reggie,
it
you
out.
know. Let me
Yeah.
let me shout out Reggie, you know, because Reggie took me to what's it? Is it the Brooklyn Museum?
Yeah. No.
Yeah.
Harlem.
Which
You was
one?
in Harlem.
Harlem.
You was at the Met.
The Met. There you go. The Met Museum. We're there chilling, going through. You know, this is what a real for me. Yeah. And I'm not doing no shots or no digs because every single person on here would be in a Kemetic sense would be classified as a priest. So I'm not doing any shots and digs at anybody. A Kemetic priest is literally a scholar, right? Anybody who is a scholar within inside of Kemetic information, I will classify you as a priest. So you don't need to have any, fancy dress or anything like that, or any other title. As long as you're a saber, as long as you're able to read the language, know the history, know the culture, and possibly practice as well, right? To me, you're a priest. That's for me. And when I see Reggie, he's there, bona fide, showing and proving, that he's put in the work to know this information, right? I'm like, yo, Saber Reggie, he is one of the top priests within inside of the Kemetic community. Saber Asar Calm. You know what, yeah? Saber Asar Calm, he's moving like he's a Henricher. I can't even lie. He's up there. When I go onto his channel and I listen to the breakdowns, and he's taking me through the science, the astronomy, the astrology, and everything else, I'm like, Jesus Christ. Yeah? Oh, I'm like, okay. You take my mind to another level, I'm like, oh, bro, I didn't even see it like that. Like, come on, man. These are the real scholars within inside of the community, right? Everybody else is just big and out there, but these are the real scholars that's putting in the work. Everybody else, I've got to say, you have to show and prove, because I remember when I had Brother Sarah Suit and Seti on my channel, and he came to London. And I'm not even trying to hate, because it's gonna sound like enough hate here, but it's not hate. It's just you see it, and you're like, rah, big boy Sarah Suit and Seti with a name like Sarah Suit and Seti, and then you're saying that the hieroglyphs hasn't been deciphered. So I have to question, like, if you don't know this is what I mean. If you don't know the language, right? I can't put you up there as a Kemetic scholar or as a Kemetic priest, because the next thing you're going to tell me is that the Kemetic language hasn't been deciphered, and therefore everything that we know, we don't know. And then your name, what does your name mean then? Like, if so what? This is something that's just made up then. Your name can't be Sarah Sue and Seti because it hasn't been deciphered. It don't make no sense. So I say the foundation is the language. If you don't know the grammar, if you go into masonry and things like that, we have something called the 7 liberal arts or the trivium. The beginning stage of everything is always the grammar, the elements of the language, the alphabet of the language, how you put a sentence together, how you put words together. If you don't know the language, I can't bona fide you. I can't say, yeah, you're a Kemetic priest, or yeah, you're a Kemetic scholar. It's impossible. That's just my humble thoughts.
Word up, I hear you. Corey said we throwing these terms around like nothing, but I hear what he was saying. I heard exactly what you were saying. You want to say something in closing, Asar, and we can get ready to get off. Let Sa do his thing.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of people claim scholarly. Half of them don't have. You can't do the basic scholarly stuff. So what Kalam is saying should hit home. If I ask one of these brothers to do a science project for me that claim to be a scientist, they can't even get the damn science project done. Whether it's electricity, whether I just ask you to do something like spot a particular star in the sky. So for us who have telescopes, who really do astronomy work, who read the language, who take the trips, who go and do the work, who are in the classes, who get accepted into such and such school, who, you understand? If you haven't really done that, and you're claiming to be, like I said, you can't run around and claim to be a Sanu if you're not a real doctor. You can't be a doctor unless you can't operate on nobody. It's called malpractice. You can't claim to be a linguist and you don't even speak another language. What are we doing there? You know, there's certain things that you have to be grounded in order to claim what you claim. Now, there are some cults that are out there, which is fine. But Infudishi said it best. He said, if you a priest, you should be able to read.
Thanks for throwing me that alley-oop, Corey. He say, who got accepted to what school? Boy, don't even play, boy. I sent them my articles. Let me show you the articles.
Hold up, Smash, when you dunk on him. So I have a certificate from the School of Manchester. Plus, I have one in astronomy from the School of Japan, and I have another few. Kalam, I believe, has some as well. Smash just here come that alley-oop.
Yeah, I just got accepted to do the same thing, bro. So I don't know what you're talking about. It's not like that. Maybe if you try, Corey, they'd say, come on, you can do that too.
Corey, you ain't got no certificates? I thought you said you was a scientist, bro. I thought pseudo killers was all about, so you got a science certificate? You YouTube science? Okay, we'll YouTube science you. I got
you. Shout out to Corey. All right, I'm gonna get ready to wind it down. But thank y'all for tapping in. I might play one of these tunes. Thank y'all for making it a wonderful show. We'll be back tomorrow. Y'all know the channels is Sonetta TV, Smash Rockwell, Titans TV. Sorry, I got up out of here. I think that was a connection, but y'all know how we do. Thanks for tapping in. Peace. I'm about to do this like this now. Let me see where we at with the play some slap and get up out of here. Got work to do. I might talk about some business and some hustles on my channel. And the 3 people who gonna be watching about to be like, oh, that was a love. What we gonna play to get up out of here, man? My favorite song. I need to make some more songs though, just to have more to play with y'all. And whoever said that crazy stuff,
you wish you never had said no shit like that. You wish you never had said no shit like that.
You feel me? What's this? Let's just go like this on it.
If you ain't Sonetta, no time for that interview, dog. I put my shit out for niggas, I don't send it to blogs. Plan kill off the Buddha, not being discreet. One puff, this big pops and projectiles. Between the sheets. Sun run, cold game, bring your cleats. The best flow blow, Eskimo, penguin feet. Don't need no blunt to burn. You run the turf with 10 niggas on the block. That's a punt return. Ayo, Dolomite prototype soldier with the solar light. Saber and he hold it like he hold a mic. Golden ice pendants. Sipping on that overpriced poltergeist spirits. Ripping at the open mic. Quote the nice lyrics like mama move mean overnight. Golden motorbike holding on some trying shit. That nice neon kit is on it. The king's libation with exotic liqueur. The queen's vibration like a Sada Shakur. A lot of decor, imported foreign threads, they ain't got it to store. Nubian Kush, black top pottery jaws, 39% THC, the quality pure. Old rappers try to spit, ain't hot as before. It's like I'm 5 flights above, busting shots at the floor. Cats switch up their style when they ain't got it no more, cause they gotta keep their product in stores to feed their kids. See what that weed did? The yes man agreeing on everything we said. I smell the mic like it's the love of my life. Don't get sliced and beat with the knife. Brother polite, I say I'm animalistic, cause I still be in the hood with my.
Yeah, so something happened and they hit me with a surprise 20 bands that I need to pay somebody. So the Smash Rock is the cash out. You understand? I'm gonna talk about that on my page. We're gonna go talk about quick get monies. You feel me? Smash Rock is the channel. Let's go.
Hand on my pistol. The Hebrews think I'm cannibalistic. E5 divination. Channel the mystic. Audio visionary. Let's play poetical dictionary. Picture me burning down your missionary. Yeah. then I send you religion. That red dot on your head, that's Hindu tradition. Invisible, independent, intrinsic shit. I'll bring it all to an end with indivisible games. Charles Xavier, getting your brain. Mental anguish, a manifesting physical pain. Wizard remains to dance in the chemical rain. Breathe slow, then I'm up out of this physical plane. Got military machinery that exercise, weaponized greenery. Shine at a jeopardize the scenery, son. Bruh, the beam 10 times your distance. Inclines convention. Stop rising with no trend line resistance. The parabolic breakout. I'm F-16 with the aeronautics fake out.
God killer, the God killer, the God killer, the God killer. It's the God killer. Yeah, that's that one. We out of here.